Now everybody can hear us. Ha! I got issues every day. I got issues every day. Welcome, Earthlings and aliens, to the 7 o'clock Aces Up show. What are they? Oh, see? Of course it is you. Of course. How about now?
Yes. See?
I don't understand that. It's on through. That's amazing. Because we actually went through it, and that you're supposed
Hi, Nelson.
Hi.
I still haven't left the show.
Welcome.
Oh, I
everybody
like
to
this
Aces
seat.
Up.
It reclines all the way back. It feels good on my back.
Oh, okay.
It feels good on my back.
Are you more comfortable on your back?
Anyway, I don't know what we talking about. I don't know what you talking about.
Muchacho.
Yo, you guys didn't set up my stuff right. Who's on? Who's on?
Wait a minute. Okay, listen.
What?
What is it that we have to set up your stuff? What? That's bullshit.
Anyway, but you put a coaster where it doesn't belong.
I didn't know where it belonged, so I put
A coaster belongs on the side. It doesn't belong underneath a pyramid.
Okay, well, if someone didn't have taken a nap.
Hey,
Remember.
it's a tough day. Don't hate, appreciate. Don't hate, appreciate.
Holy
I have on in my ears. It's what is it called? Echo.
You have an echo?
I have an echo.
No, that's
lower
this a little bit.
I have an echo. Oh, no, I still hear it. Who's on? Who's on with us tonight? Hi, Alex. How are you, boo-boo? I'm on. I'm back. We have Facebook. I don't know who's on Facebook. Can we put that larger? I think.
Can't put it any larger
I'm
than
back, mother effer. Put the shit back how it was.
It is the way it is.
No, it wasn't
There
like
are no
that.
comments.
Don't scream at me.
I don't understand.
Don't scream at me.
You got
It's
5
too
weeks
early.
of screaming.
It's too early for me screaming at me, and I have an echo.
There you go. Look, Tanya said hi.
Tanya, yes, baby. I love the shirt too. Don't worry about it. I'm just waiting for a couple of people to jump on so I can shout you out. And this shirt was actually perfect for today. It's a great comeback. How is everyone doing tonight? We have 4 people on IG. We have Alex.
You're not supposed to say 4. You're supposed to say 4 million. One person represents a million.
One person represents a million?
Yes.
You have a mic, right? So why don't you put your mic on, since you still want to be on the show.
Wow.
Once I put this mic on,
Oh, I feel the tension in the air. Oh my God. Holy shit.
Tanya, do me a favor, my love. If you could just put in your Facebook page. Hi, Flo. How you doing, cuz? Put in your Facebook page, Lady T Creations, so that when I speak about the shirt, which it's amazing. I love it. The color is amazing. I mean, I said
Coral?
orange, girl. You went orange
That's
in.
not orange. That's coral.
This is not
That's
coral.
It's coral.
You're blind. This is orange. When you go in right now with these spotlights, it looks orange. But when you turn off the lights, I mean coral, but when you turn off the lights, it's orange.
Okay.
Just don't argue with me, because it's just, I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready.
It's fruitless?
Yes, it's fruitless. It's fruitless.
Ay, yo me voy.
It's fruitless.
Yo me voy.
How's everybody doing tonight? How's everyone's weekend? Are you thirsty?
A little bit.
I'm like, are you thirsty? That's a big cup for a little guy.
Why are we going back to the big and little guys? We already know who the big guy is here, yo.
not me.
We already know who's a size 16, okay? I'm nowhere near a size 16.
Hi, Christine. How are you, Mama? Look, I have here my spirit quartz, and I have my howlite horse, and my little. Oh my God!
Did you say horse?
I didn't say. Did I say horse?
Yeah,
Elephant.
you said horse, bro.
I'm so tired. Elephant. My howlite elephant,
Yeah, that's a no.
and my little gnome, and then I got my little tiger. See my little tiger?
You got those today?
This is a Jasper tiger. No, I've had these.
Oh, okay.
I've had these, but
Why
I
you
haven't
gotta
been on the
talk to me
show.
that
I haven't been on the show. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? You like the backdrop? Yeah, the guys surprised me with a brand new backdrop. I don't know where they got the money to get it
Surprised
from.
you. You?
I didn't see it.
Neither did I. You saw it before I did.
Well, yeah, because Ben doesn't know how to keep a secret. You didn't know that?
What does Ben have to do with it?
Because
First of all, who's Ben?
super mega producer. Super. I still have an echo in my ears.
We'll give her one more chance.
It's not an echo. It's more. It's clarity. That's what it is.
Your definition of clarity and my definition of clarity are two different definitions. All right. So tonight, just so that you all know, thank you, Lady T Creations. She's on Facebook. My shirt says, can you read the shirt? What does it say?
She's someone's sister, mother, daughter, wife, and then the daughter, wife, sister, mother, and the S at the someone's is crossed out. So it
Thank you.
says she's someone.
I'm someone. So Lady T Creations.
If anybody knows this someone, can you claim her? Like
Lady T Creations. She's on Facebook, and she posted this shirt, and I immediately snagged it up. And I snagged it up because it's a reminder that we are all someone. I've been off the show now for, I want to say, 2 months.
Really?
Yeah, I want to say for about 2 months now, and essentially, you know, we are people, right? We're people to other people. We have relations with other people. So you're someone's son, you're someone's ace, you're someone's employee. We're all someone to someone, but most of the times we forget about who we are.
I'm only one person's ace.
Okay, but what I mean is you're my ace. You're someone. You are someone.
Yeah, she's
There's
right.
you're someone to someone.
Thank you, Super.
So the truth of the matter is that at the end of the day, we are all someone, and we tend to forget about the fact that we are someone, right? And we're involved with our titles, that they're God-given titles, or let me not say God-given, higher power society titles. We're so much in those titles that we forget that we are someone, and we need to take care of ourselves and do what we have to do. So I am someone, you are all someone, and it's time that we take care of ourselves. Remember to take care of yourself before you take care of anyone else.
Oh, wow, that was some profound words right there.
Why profound?
Yeah.
Why profound?
Because I've heard those before.
Because it's that time. It's that time that we all start taking care of ourselves. You know, we want to be there for everybody. We want to please everybody and make everyone else happy. But unfortunately, we tend to forget that we are someone too. So we need to make sure that we remind ourselves. So tonight, again, Lady T Creations, she's on Facebook. It's an orange shirt. There you go. Thanks, T. She got my back. It's orange. So tonight I am wearing
Tomato, potato.
my shirt made by Lady T Creations from Facebook. She's on Facebook. If you want to, and also Lady T Creations 7 on IG. So if you want to snatch one of these babies up or any of her other pieces, just check out her page. T, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's amazing. It's perfect, and I love the color. Oh, and it's very comfortable. I don't know what material it is, but it's very smooth.
She made
Very
it out of
smooth.
Ben.
It's what?
She made it out of Ben.
She made. You're comfortable?
No, he's smooth.
I think you're gonna be able to hear my little laughter a little bit more.
I told you, there's clarity. You just got to get used to
my
it.
my little healing laughter. My little healing laughter. So yeah, so it's good to be back. Thank you all for your patience, your understanding, and all your support throughout my absence. I really appreciate it, but I am back. I'm back with a vengeance. Tonight we got needs versus wants, and I'm not about to jump right to it. I just want to first check you out. Oh, wait, I do have to say something. You guys did an amazing job while I was out. I appreciate it. Ben, super mega producer, my right hand, my left hand, my right foot, my left foot, my butt cheeks too. Thank you so much,
Wow,
baby. You did an amazing job.
That was a lot of
asshole.
I said butt cheeks. I didn't say asshole. I didn't say asshole. My butt cheeks. My butt cheeks. No, I really appreciate the job that you guys did. It was amazing. I didn't jump. I jumped in sometimes. Hey, Yolanda, how are you, baby? I jumped in sometimes. Go on to my god sister Yolanda Hill's page. She is doing her lupus walk. And so if you want to donate, please feel free. Go onto her page, Yolanda Hill. She has her link there. And join us. Hi, am I? How are you? Huh?
You like everywhere. Complete a sentence in a
Well, I mean, because people are jumping in. You know how I am. Why? Mind your neck. You was not on the
Thank
show
you,
tonight.
And then
Mind
you
your
just jump to
neck.
something else.
Okay, I thanked you. I appreciate your help. You were great. You were amazing.
Woo. I can hear you finish.
I thank you every day. I give you kisses in your buttocks. You're not in anywhere else. Why are you so quiet tonight?
I'm letting you.
Are you in shock?
No,
Are you
I'm just-
ready?
I'm letting you speak.
You nervous? You scared?
I'm
You
absolutely
scared?
not.
You
I'm
scared
not at
today?
all. I was just watching you
scared.
take a nap, and I want to take a nap. Now. That's what that is.
I was out. Papi had me out. Papi had me out at a picnic today, and
I got an itis.
yeah, from early on this morning he had me out.
Paella.
I'm talking. When I talk,
Yeah, listen. Okay, what are you? E.F. Hutton? Okay.
E.F. Hutton. That's how old you are.
That's right.
That is how old you are.
Absolutely.
Hi, Diana. How are you? That's how old you are, E.F. Hutton. E.F. Hutton. So yeah, so talk to me. How's it going? How was your week?
Busy.
Yeah, Mr. Jack of all trades. I think you got like 100 jobs. Every time I hear him, every time I speak to him, oh, I have to go to work. Which job? Because he has like 100 jobs now,
I'm
right?
like Tommy, right? That was Tommy and Martin?
No, nobody knew what Tommy's job was.
Right.
Oh, all right.
Remember, he was Tommy from the 5th floor,
Right.
No,
but
that's
nobody.
not Tommy from the 5th floor.
No.
What
That's
show am I
Brumman.
talking about?
That's Brumman. That's Brumman from the 5th floor.
Hi, bro, man, from the 5th floor.
Nobody knows what I do either, though.
Nobody knows what you
Nobody what I
do.
do.
Somebody asked me, my brother asked me, he said, what does Nelson do?
Yeah.
I said, he just does everything. Just call him Nelson does everything.
I'm Jamaican. I guess
You're a
I'm
good
Jamaican.
organizer. I think I was talking to someone and I told them, I said, if you need some organization in your life, just call Nelson because he has this, I don't know what you have, this drive when you just see clutter and a mess. And it's like, look at your face right now. You're glowing. He's glowing. He glows. Yeah, you show him a like chaos and some like disorganized. I'm not gonna lie. The other day he walked into my bathroom and he looked underneath the sink and he said, "Ooh, if I get in there," and I'm like, "Go ahead, cause I need that shit organized. I need it organized. I have no problems
Well,
with
this
that."
whole floor has been organized by moi.
No.
Oh, really? Tell
No,
me, tell me.
you didn't. You just decided we need space, so let me just take everything.
No. But I organized everything to the capacity what we needed.
Oh my lord! I can't take this call right now.
It's the red button.
I know, but I have to step away for 1 second. I do have to step away. Okay,
Sure.
1
Oh,
second.
okay.
I have to step away.
Look at that.
Get on?
You gotta get on. You know. And, oh my
Can you
God.
turn off my mic without me having?
Am I back? Am I back?
Are you? Can I hear you?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. Wait,
I'm back.
I can't hear me. Wait. Let's test it.
1, 2.
I don't know.
Now I can't hear me.
The green buttons next to the red buttons.
Why I gotta do that? Why I gotta do that?
Hi,
This
baby.
guy's messing everything up. Can you hear me?
No.
There you go.
Two
You're
greens.
good.
No
No
reds.
worries. You're
There you
good.
go. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Okay.
Mamita, te quiero con todo mi corazón. Bendición.
Your time.
Que descanse en paz. Te ves bella.
Ah, it's all right.
Te quiero mucho y yo voy a cuidar a mi hermana. Tú sabes que yo la quiero con todo mi corazón, mi hermana
Very
y a mi
productive.
sobrino. Que descanse en paz y te quiero mucho.
Oh, you say I work a lot.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
love you.
do. I'm like the opposite of Tommy. Everybody knows my job.
What is your job?
Everything. I wear many hats. I don't. You're asking the wrong one.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
we
mommy.
still have beef
Está bien, I'm about to shout you out on the show.
You gotta fix your tool. Garage.
I fixed it already. That's what I was doing all day today,
Oh, okay.
amongst a million other things.
How ya like it? How ya like it? That's just one of the changes that's coming. It's gonna be.
She's back. She's back.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
But it's
I'm sorry I had to step away. Wait, I need my headphones. Sorry I had to step away for a minute. That was my Komai Eileen who just lost her grandma. May she rest in peace.
Condolences to
So they were
Eileen.
calling me from the wake so I could pay my respects. I thank them for that. Because, you know, not a lot of people were good with virtual appearances, but she turned the mic off. Ooh, the mic was on.
No, nobody heard what you said.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought it was. Well, anyway, I mean, that's fine because I was paying my respects. But thank you, all of you, for allowing me to step away for a second. So, I'm back. What were you talking about?
I technically didn't allow you to do anything. And let's talk about the.
I needed
Okay.
to walk away
Nobody
and take
has
the
to allow
call.
you, right?
I needed to
We were
walk
talking
away and
about-
take the call.
We were talking about what exactly do I do, and I do everything.
It says turn your mic off.
That's
Were you
delayed.
able to hear me, yo?
It's delayed. That's delayed.
We had already did
Remember,
it.
Facebook is delayed.
No, she just texted me, so.
Oh,
I
yeah,
wasn't
that's
sure.
also delayed.
It's okay if you all heard. I mean, again,
Me here.
it was out of respect, and you know. But did the mic?
It wasn't like you called 1-800 sexy time.
It wasn't like my boyfriend was calling me on the other line.
That's what you call a boyfriend?
Oh.
Not a side piece? A boyfriend?
A boyfriend. Boyfriend. He says I always have a boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
He says I always have
So
a
what do
boyfriend.
you call him?
I call him boyfriend.
Oh, you call him boyfriend?
I
too?
call him boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
It's the magic word. Mia's mic is on.
Good job, Mia.
All right. We're back. I'm back.
At least we know
I
that
thought
you're
I
on.
told you guys to turn off my mic.
It
No.
was off.
Yeah.
It's
You gotta
delayed.
turn it off. There's an on and off switch right there.
Nobody showed me how to use it.
That's why I
they
told
just
him
put
to do
this
it.
battery pack on me. That's how I feel. Like I have a battery
Ain't
pack.
nobody tell you to take a nap. You should have came here
Oh
early
my
and
God.
orient yourself. Just like I tell all my athletes, your game is at 6.
All
you
right.
come
So
here
how's
at 5.
everybody doing tonight? Let's
You
start
see?
the show back up.
See what happens when the truth hurts?
Let's
See?
start
You
this
see?
back up. Let's start this back up. All right, let's start it up.
Whatever.
It's okay. It's okay. I was just thank you. It's okay if you heard me again. I was paying my respects to a beautiful woman, and
Hey, I have to go to the bathroom, and I'm not going to turn off my mic.
I was gonna say something. I was gonna say something really bad. All it's gonna be is little drops. It's not gonna be like a big stream.
It's okay, though. I
People who have size 13, men who have size 13 shoes have long streams.
Oh, wow.
Are we trying to come back? Are we trying to come back
No,
now?
let me get out of here. Here, take it. Take
Are
it
we
right
trying
here.
to-
I'm done.
Are we
I'm
trying
done.
to come back?
I'm done. That's it. I'm
Wow.
done. I'm
Wow.
done. That's horrible.
Yes, Vic, that's correct. Family was needed.
So I can't. I'm done.
All right. So, we were talking about what you do and what people don't know what you do, and we were talking about how organized you are,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, he's very organized.
Actually, when you left, we were talking about how nice the background
The
looked.
Oh,
background.
Okay.
You know, it's-
They did an amazing job. Ben surprised me with it, and it was really nice.
It's
I love it.
pretty.
It is pretty.
And a little bit
It
more
gives us
brighter.
more of an ambiance. Look how pretty we look. Look how pretty we look on live.
I look pretty all the time. I don't know what to do, so you know.
It's okay. You could do that. You could pump yourself up, Papa.
I gotta be my best cheerleader.
What was? So
Shit.
yesterday, no, ain't no good. So yesterday,
I ain't shit, Vic. I ain't shit, man.
oh man, yesterday, Tito Nelson, I feel like you're all right, Nelson. You're okay. You're gonna be okay. I know that you stress a lot because you're single, but you're gonna be fine.
What the hell did I do yesterday? What the hell you
I'm thinking about the sperm.
We were just trying to understand the sperm and semen correlation after a vasectomy.
There's some people that may know about that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but that's not what he said was. So yesterday we were watching Queen Pins. What channel is that on?
It was on Showtime. It's a movie.
It's a movie on Showtime. It's Queen Pins. It's about these extreme couponing women and how they make it big with their coupon
like
scam.
really big.
Extremely big. So then, one of them goes into a
Size
sperm
13
bank,
big.
and he's on the sidelines. Is your mic on?
Yeah, his mic is on.
Oh.
You ain't get rid of me yet. You ain't get rid of me yet. Wow.
Yesterday, the girl goes into the sperm bank, and then Nelson says, "Oh, I'm gonna go and donate my did you say
My sperm, yeah,
His
that's right.
sperm." And then I was like, "You can't," and he was like, "Why?" And then I was like, "Well, you can't because you had a vasectomy." Oh my God! Why are people calling me?
Well, why don't you put it on vibrate?
Hi, Titi Evelyn. That's right. I should actually put it on Do Not Disturb. She knows I'm on the show. But in any event, Nelson decided that God was like, "Do you still have sperm?" And he was like, "Well, I don't have any semen."
Yeah, I had it all mixed up.
He said, "I don't have any
I
semen."
forgot what it looks like.
And I kind of, yeah, that's what he said. He said, I just forget what I have. I don't
Yeah.
even know what I have anymore. Like, you got dust coming
Yeah,
out,
dust
right?
is poof.
But yeah, I looked at him with that face like, how you don't have semen? You mean you don't have sperm?
Well, I have both.
How do you know you have both?
I still produce sperm, but it gets absorbed.
Did you research it? Did you
Yes.
Google it?
So yes, I googled
After the
it.
conversation we had last night?
I didn't have to. I remembered.
You don't remember, Dan?
I remember the doctor telling me. So when you get a
Remember.
I
Say it. Say it.
remember.
Remember.
So when you get a vasectomy, you still produce sperm. You continually produce, but your body absorbs it.
So where does it go?
It goes into your body. It absorbs. I don't know. It just keeps
It goes
floating.
into your body.
Yeah, your body absorbs it, and that's it. Semen still comes out. That's why you gotta eat pineapple still.
Hold on, I'm gonna Google this because this don't sound right. I think Nelson's trying to get himself
We eat
pregnant.
pineapples. Women are supposed to eat pineapples.
So are men, because
You sure?
yes.
I thought it was the other way
I've been
around.
told that semen is either smells like Clorox or
That is disgusting. Who told? We're not talking about sex tonight, but who told you
Oh,
that
quite a
semen
few.
smells like Clorox?
quite a few. I don't know. Not mine.
I need to have a conversation with all those chicks. That's all those chicks.
Word.
Pineapple's supposed to sweeten it up.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That is the theory.
That is the
Absolutely.
theory. That is correct. That is the theory.
That's all. That's all I'm saying. I said what I said. That's all.
Oh my God.
So I still got semen. Still got semen and sperm.
Okay, and he's gonna sell his sperm
I can't do. Because
your sperm is not in your semen when you
Okay.
produce the
Exactly.
semen.
Okay, let me clarify this for you because I
Google,
Googled it.
Google.
Okay.
Once you have a vasectomy, sperm cannot get into the semen or out of the body. The
Yes.
testes still make sperm,
Testes.
but the sperm dies and are absorbed by the body. He said it. There you go.
Ding 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 ding.
You want an award?
I want something.
I like you want an award.
You can't get none.
Oh my Lord. All right, so we're ready to look at MI. Yeah, MI. Look at the conversations we're having about vasectomies and semen and sperm. You just want to sell everything because he sells everything.
Everything.
This guy can hustle. I had a walker. He took that walker and he like made double off of eBay on a walker that you could have gotten off of Amazon for like $50.
Not even Facebook Marketplace.
Why you just giving
Oh
his
my
business out like that?
It's okay.
He's not gonna make no money now.
He is. It's just we're all family.
No one knows my name, my handles on anything. Absolutely not.
Oh man.
What
All
did
right.
you do today that you needed a nap?
I went with Bobby and Mommy and Tracy and my brother and my sister-in-law to a picnic. We went to a picnic. My dad belongs to a particular group, and they had a family picnic today, and he invited us to go. They served lunch and breakfast. It was pretty cool. It was really nice. They did
What'd you eat?
karaoke. Oh, I only had eggs and a big sausage.
Here we go.
It was a big sausage.
Wow, why you gotta look at me when you say it? I'm not even looking at you, but I
Here we
feel
go.
the heat.
Here we go.
It was
Here
a
we
big
go.
sausage. No, yeah. Well, I really can't eat that many things. I'm on this like restrictive diet until I've determined what's going on with my body. I went into just some FYI. I was in the hospital not so long ago, and I went in with just one thing, and it's like there's 4 things now that's going on. So make sure that you take care of your health, and if your body's talking to you, if you're feeling any pain, discomfort, whatever it is, go get yourself checked out because you just never know what's going on. Like I said, I went in with one thing and came out with a slew of things. But hopefully everything will be ruled out and I'm good. You know, it's been
But that's a good thing
what?
that all these other things were discovered.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing, but it's weird because when you go in with just one thing, well, not weird, but it's scary. I went in with one thing. I went in with stomach pain, and it's like, oh, by the way, you have all these things. And it's like, what?
That's your body telling you hello.
Yeah, I know. And that's what I'm saying, that if you know, when your body talks to you, make sure you pay attention to it. Don't ignore it. Get the medical attention that you need. I decided that I wasn't going to go to my doctor. I just went straight into the ER, and I love the ER here. First of all, it's right across the street from where I live. And then second of all,
Where the fuck is the ER?
right here next to Twisty Treats.
Oh, that's right.
on 192.
Oh shit.
Yeah, on 192 next to Twisty Treats. I went in at 4:45 and I was out by 7:45. And in that time, I had blood work, urine work, CT scan, morphine, and an antibiotic.
Ooh, got morphine.
I got morphine. That was like the best thing ever.
Did they give you a coupon to Twisty Treats?
No
or Starbucks?
No coupons. No coupons. No
I'm
coupons.
just saying that'd be an awesome bonus, right?
No coupons. We didn't get any coupons at all. But
Okay.
yeah. So tonight's topic. Are we gonna get into tonight's topic? Needs versus wants.
But you didn't ask Nelson how his week was.
I did ask him how his week was. I don't even know if he's responded, but you could respond now.
Wow.
You can respond now.
Listen. What the hell?
Listen, Linda.
My week goes by really fast. It's like a blur.
Is it because you're doing 150-minute
it is.
things?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It feels like I don't get sleep, but I actually do. I get 6 hours.
That's not sleep,
I get rest as well.
but that's not
12 to
rest.
6. How are you gonna tell me
I'm not telling you. I'm just saying what they suggest overall.
6 hours?
8 hours.
No, it's not.
I don't know where you get your information.
Google.
Okay, let's go to Google now.
Google.
Google's gonna talk to us again.
6 hours.
8 hours is the maximum as far as rest is concerned. 8 hours.
I got you.
Maximum. What's minimum?
Maximum. Minimum, excuse me, 8 hours.
No, that's too much.
Where do you see too much from?
Because 8 hours of sleep, you know how much stuff is happening in those hours that you
All right,
sleep?
but if you go to sleep at 10, go to sleep at 10 and you wake up at 7 or 7:30, maybe.
That's still too long.
That's not long.
I get 6 hours and I'm
When you were a kid, didn't your mom tell you, son las 8, te tienes que acostar, and you used to wake up at 7 o'clock to go to
Okay.
school?
That's some
You guys
bullshit.
ready?
Yes.
Okay. From the age group of 3 to 5 years, you need 10 to 13 hours per 24 hours,
Wow.
including naps.
Wow.
6 to 12 years old, 9 to 12 hours per 24 hours. 13 to 18 years old, 8 to 10 hours per 24
Let's
hours.
get to your wife's age. 70s.
All
All right,
Adults.
let's get to your age, mother effer, because you
Adults.
older than I am.
Adults, which means over 18 years old, 7 or more hours a night.
See?
Okay, keep going.
So minimum is 7.
That covers everything. Adults.
Oh, okay, damn.
Minimum
You're
is
not
7.
an adult.
But how are you going to compare someone in their 20s to someone in their 50s and you're telling me they need the same amount of sleep?
Well, their metabolism is a lot faster than
Well,
yours.
here's what I know. My grandma, and I don't know if there's anyone who has, their grandparents around now, but my grandma, I remember she would go to sleep like after 1 o'clock in the morning and was up at 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, like nothing.
Once your body gets accustomed to a certain schedule, it adapts and you can still work efficiently.
I don't think 6 hours because there's times that you're like, oh my God, it's 10 o'clock, I'm tired. But then you're up at 4 or 5 in the morning.
But I'm tired not because I'm not sleeping. I'm tired because of the driving. That's what gets me a little.
So you still need rest.
But I
That's
do
the
get
point.
rest.
No, you don't.
I do.
6 hours is
I'm
not
not
sufficient.
sluggish. No, it's not. For you, it isn't.
But no, but
Listen,
then you're like, I'm tired. I'm tired.
I'm tired, but I push through it, and my body reacts, and I keep going.
Don't talk to me like that.
How do you want me to talk to you in Spanish or Chinese?
Talk to me calmadito. Relax.
You see how relaxed I am? I'm sitting back.
Relax.
I got my hands back here.
Relax,
I
no.
feel like I get my hands tired. All that good stuff. I'm good.
How many hours does our audience get? Tell the people in the audience, how many hours a night do you sleep?
Listen, I sleep 6.
And you know what? Honestly,
And
out
I
of
can't-
those 6 hours, you probably are not sleeping a profound sleep. Because it takes some time for you to actually get into a deep sleep.
Okay, let's
so
go
you
there.
need to get a sleep monitor, and I bet you out of those 6 hours, you're probably in a profound sleep for 2.
Thank you. Okay.
So you're saying that if I don't sleep 6 to 7 hours, you should do the duties that are needed done in the morning.
Absolutely not. Who
Wow.
said that?
Wow.
Who said that?
You just said it.
I didn't say that.
Because I need
6 hours.
I need to sleep.
This
Okay,
whole,
so the consensus on IG thus far is 6 hours.
Thank you.
6 hours. That doesn't mean that they're with you. That just means that that's what they sleep, 6 hours.
Did you have to come back today?
5, Diana said 5 to 6 hours. Okay, but again, out of those 5 to 6 hours, are you
How
in
do
a
you
deep?
know? Where's your?
Are you in a
where's
deep
your
sleep?
degree?
Deep sleep. How long does it take you to fall asleep? You just put your head on the pillow and you knock out.
Absolutely.
That's magic.
Absolutely.
That's a magic.
Now
'Cause I
do
can't.
because
I can't do that.
My body does
Alex,
it now.
look, Alex gets 8+.
Yeah, Alex gets. Yeah,
Not with a child.
Alex, and,
She's
Alex got a
lying.
baby. Alex got a baby. So fairy tales and lies. Everyone is different. That's right. Everyone is different. But I mean, like, I can't put my head to the pillow and just say, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep.
I used to not be.
I
able
have a
to-
routine.
Yeah, well, exactly. So I used to not be able to do that. Now I actually can because my body knows it's time to be me, and I go me.
Wow, me.
Liz, look, Liz says it takes her about 30 minutes to fall out. Well, no. So here's another thing, guys, that I didn't share. I forgot to share. So,
You
hi,
got a lot of
Tracy.
catching up to do. Hello.
Yeah, I didn't share. So prior to my leaving the show, I was
You
for
didn't leave the show.
the last.
You just took a
Well,
vacation.
taking a hiatus from the show.
She left. She
So
just
prior
subsided.
to taking a hiatus from the show, I was for, I want to say 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, about maybe 3.5 years on antidepressants. And I wanted to get off of them to see how I felt. My doctor was under the impression that I couldn't because I
See,
wasn't
you
able
need-
to be.
You need to speak to Dr. Nelson.
I wasn't able to be alone. What happened was that Nelson and I were having a conversation, and I told him, you know, that I wanted to get off of the medications, but when I would miss my medication, if I wouldn't take it every 24 hours, I would get brain zaps. And what I describe as brain zaps, they're literally like electric currents in my brain, like literally going zapping. So I called them brain zap. The first time it happened to me, I immediately called my doctor and I said, listen, I'm experiencing some brain zaps. And then he asked me, have you been taking your medication the way you're supposed to? And well, I told him, I said, well, I haven't picked it up from the pharmacy yet.
That would help.
So he said, yeah, you need to do that because that is a symptom when you're not taking your medication every 24 hours. But in any event, I continued to take them, and anytime that I was like, oh shit, I'm not taking them at, at the right time, I would right away run because I started getting the brain zaps, and I was tired of that. And I wanted to see how I felt because even with the medication, I was still feeling sluggish, tired, struggling and so forth. And I am happy to say that I am now 2 months without my medication. Woo! I weaned myself off. My doctor doesn't know, and he'll be okay with that.
But the whole thing is, the explanation was that the brain zaps isn't because of the chemical imbalance that you have. It was because of the medication itself.
It was because I was addicted to the medication.
Yeah, that's
so
why.
yeah. So one of the withdrawal symptoms from the medication was the brain zaps. And what I ended up doing was the medication I was on, by the way, was Duloxetine, which is the generic brand of Cymbalta. So if you're on that medication, if you want to wean yourself off, don't follow my instructions. Follow your doctor's instructions. But what I did was I decided, I said, I'm going to take one every other day. And I did that for like 3 days or something like that. And then I went cold turkey. And I dealt with the brain zaps as much as I can. But I will tell you this, and I think I told you this, that I was no longer struggling in the morning to get up. I got back my internal body clock, which I didn't have. And I have an abundance amount of energy.
You hear that, Super? Abundance amount of energy.
I could be like a rabbit now.
Ah, wow.
You
wow.
ready, boo-boo? You ready?
Wow.
No, but
You
yeah.
get some alcohol, too.
So it actually, it worked for me. Again, don't follow my instructions if you're on antidepressants. And I did a lot of research, and interestingly enough, antidepressants are supposed to only be a temporary fix. They're not supposed to be long-term, but because they have withdrawal symptoms, a lot of people end up on them
they hook
for
you.
life.
It's on purpose.
For life.
Hook you.
Yeah, and then your body gets adjusted to how you're feeling. Again, in the beginning, I got back, I felt good, but then just of recent, it was really horrible feeling. But
Alex gets more sleep because she's single now.
Oh, thank you for sharing.
Thank you,
Thank
Alex.
you for sharing, Alex.
We appreciate the candor.
You mean you don't have anyone next to you snoring? Thank you, Victor. Thank you so much. Oh, my brother Joey. Hi, Joey. How are you? So yeah, so that's another thing, you know, that's changed throughout the time that I've been out. You know, I've gotten off my antidepressants. I feel amazing. I feel good. But now I have to deal with these other medical conditions, which it is what it is, and everything's gonna be fine. I got faith, I got hope, and I got love.
Absolutely.
Then you got that other condition. It's called Nelson.
I got the cray condition, because when you get me cray, the cray comes out.
porque
How's that?
tú estás bien jodona.
How's that? I get cray. I get
Bien,
cray.
bien jodona.
That's never gonna go away. I've been like that all my life, and I'm gonna stay that way. Cray. That's all right.
But Supo, let's talk about what's the best thing about her coming back right now. The best thing. What comes back right now? The sock cam.
Oh!
That's what comes back.
Let's go.
Understand
He's,
how I've been
listen,
feeling.
that's one of the things he has been harping me about. Come back to the show
Look
because
at
my
the-
sock game is
my
out.
sock cam. Look, and then we got a little table.
What does it say? What does it
And
say?
it says,
You need to shave your legs.
no, I don't need to shave my
Still gotta
legs.
pick them up.
Jesus Christ! But look, I can.
Don't
do
put
that.
them shit.
Look at that! Look at that! It says, "This is wait. I'll take it off."
What? Don't be taking on your damn socks. Oh my lord.
It says,
Oh.
"Do or do not. There is no try." By Yoda. Hello.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, can you explain that?
You
Do
either
or do not,
You do or do not. You either do it or don't do it.
and then try.
No, there is no try.
But you
You're
have
only-
to try.
No,
If you
you-
don't try, you don't succeed,
No,
or you don't fail.
You just do
Well,
it.
you don't fail because you try.
You do it.
You do it, okay,
do
but
it,
you
you-
try.
No, there is no try.
When you do something, you
Some
try
people
it.
try doing things. No, it's not for me. No, do it.
Vic, Ben has always been our cameraman. He is our super mega producer. He's the jack of all trades. He does it all. He's a chameleon. That's why I like him, because he changes up a lot.
Wow.
Wow, someone's frisky like a motherfucker.
Day is going down.
Oh, shit.
Mother effer.
He's still on the. He's still. That's not the one. It's this one. This is this one.
Listen, boo boo.
That's that one. That's that
Trying-
one.
It's very low, so I don't know why. The OBS sound effects are low.
So yeah. So in order to, when you go to do something, you have to try. Because if you don't try, you don't know if you're going
His
to do
point
it.
is do or do not.
But it
There
says
is-
try.
No, there is no.
The damn sock says try. Does it not say
It says
try?
do not. Look, it says.
There is no.
There is no try.
Okay, you didn't read the sock correctly. The sock says
Do.
do or do not. There is no try.
As a Jedi.
So you either do it or you do not. So you're,
Right.
you're trying to tell me if I want to do something, I'm going to do it or I'm not going to do it.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to, but if I do it, I'm trying.
If you got options.
Yoda
you
got
continue.
issues. Yoda got issues. I don't
Yoda
agree.
is a genius.
He should be in Vegas right now.
Genius.
Who should be in Vegas right now? I know you're not sending Ben to Vegas because you my godfather. I don't know if you know that. I'm reminding you, you my godfather. Who you talking about going to Vegas?
Not Ben, because Ben ain't here.
Word.
He
Who's
said he
this?
should be in Vegas tonight. I just need to make sure. Wait, we can hear the sound effects on IG.
Okay,
When did
that's-
that
yeah.
change? Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Super.
She can't explain
To
that because she
receive
hasn't been here.
to receive his Grammy for Best Producer.
Oh.
Muchacha, that's my boy right there. Yeah.
Oh, well, we should put you on TV. Maybe you'll do it virtually.
Baby,
accept
do you want me
your
to
award.
smack? Do you want me to smack you when you get your award tonight?
Lord.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's
Wow.
talk about it. Let's talk about
What
it.
a
No.
segue.
No, yeah. Yoda speaks backwards and in riddles, and Joey knows.
Absolutely.
Joey knows about Yoda and his riddles. So yeah, what about that smack? What did you think about it?
Orchestrated.
Really?
I think so.
For what purpose?
Okay,
For the
so
purpose of the tickets going up like they did
so
for him.
first of all, Chris Rock has been low key for a while. Coincidentally, he had his upcoming tour. When that happened on Sunday, on Monday, his whole tour sold out in one day, completely.
Okay, I mean, you don't find that coincidental?
That's what I'm talking about.
Right, but you said it's orchestrated as if they knew.
No, no,
All right.
no, I think-
Will Smith is gonna smack Chris Rock, and everybody's gonna run to go get tickets.
Well, yeah, I think it's just, I think it's all orchestrated. I mean, I think it's an effect of what that does. Will Smith is a big dude. Chris Rock isn't.
When you say big, you mean big in
Like-
the public's eye?
No, big
Oh,
like
as in-
physically.
You have to be very specific.
Oh, Lord
okay,
have
because
mercy.
big means a lot of things.
So physically, he is big, and I think if he would have really slapped him, he would have been to the floor. mean-
But maybe it wasn't meant to be a smack to get him on the floor
Why would
or
you
to put
smack
him down on the floor.
I'd be like,
He didn't smack him like that. He smacked him.
He came,
And Chris Rock actually went to the side.
yeah, he went.
Did you see it?
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw it
He
or not.
braced himself. All his 50 teeth came out.
I don't think he braced himself. I think he got him off guard and he actually went down.
Pookie came out, right?
Who's Pookie?
New Jack City. He was Pookie in New Jack City.
Wow.
Okay, can we call him Chris Rock?
Wow. So Pookie came out and he was like, and then he got
It's a
smacked.
Trevor Noah requested. Listen, I'm wondering if Trevor Noah is gonna try some shit tonight because you know Trevor Noah is he's an amazing comedian. That's number one. He's very political. I love him to death. But
That joke was fucking funny.
it's not about the joke. That's the thing that, in my opinion, people just didn't. Okay, the audience didn't take like to that. I don't know if you saw that. He was like, "Oh, come on," you know, after he said it. So everybody laughed.
No. Everybody laughed.
Right, but
Will
after
Smith
he
laughed.
after he said it, he was like, "Oh, come on, you know, G.I. Jane. It was just a joke."
It's
And that's
because-
when Will Smith reacted. You know, in my opinion,
He reacted because she reacted.
that's what everybody's saying. You know what?
I saw the video.
You know what? Everybody's responsible for their own actions. Nobody makes anybody do anything. So if he got his ass up out of that chair and he decided to smack Chris Rock, that was his problem.
Oh, of course
Nobody
it is.
else's problem.
Of course.
Nobody else can force anybody else to do anything.
Of course it
All right,
is.
and we don't know if he was defending his wife. We don't know if he just wanted to be, you know, a big guy. We don't know what he wanted to do. But he decided that he was going to step out of his seat, right? He was going to get up and he was going to smack Chris Rock for whatever reason. Now, why do we need a reason? Why do we need clarification as to why he did it? Everybody's just pointing the finger at the fact that Jada has him in control. Jada's put him out in the spotlight. He needed to defend his wife. He just did what he wanted to fucking do. That's my opinion.
At the moment,
That's
I could
it.
care less. I don't know neither.
That's it. And it doesn't affect me because I don't get their money. I don't get their publicity. I don't get anything.
Absolutely.
It's like it was this whole big hoopla, and it's still big hoopla because now he's no longer part of the Academy Awards. You know, and it sucks because I believe he's an amazing actor.
Netflix shut down one of his movies.
He's
now.
an amazing actor, but unfortunately, he did something that promotes violence. And right now, there's so much violence in this world that if anyone can do it, and now they're doing it in the public's eye, even though we have all these other movies and shows that they promote violence.
Curious
Right?
if it would have been a white comedian or somebody like David Chappelle.
No, it's not about whether. No, my supervisor put it correctly. If that were to have been a layperson,
A what?
a layperson, not anyone that was just there for the
Oh,
awards.
Right.
You know they would have walked that person right out with handcuffs
Oh,
behind
of
their back.
course.
So again, it's just like what's good for some people, it's not good for another. I don't know why it happened, but I just feel that he should.
He'll be okay.
He'll be fine.
They all will be okay.
Yeah, they're all gonna
of
be
them
fine.
will be okay
They're all gonna be
until
fine.
the next story that comes out.
Yeah, that was a tate quieto. Yup. Those tate quietos were the ones that we used to get.
That
Yep.
tate quieto, nah, that wasn't a tate quieto. He should have been on the floor. That would have been a tate quieto.
Yeah.
First of all, if you really look at that slap, Will Smith did that like he was in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
He did it with perfect form.
Mm-hmm.
He did it like he was expecting a punch back because it wasn't a full follow through. It was like a smack away.
They're trained.
to me,
He's
it was
trained.
orchestrated.
That's what I think, but who cares?
Yeah, so, you know, Alex said it was a setup. We have Liz here. He woke up and chose violence. Yep. Alex said he's rich. And then we have Diana said, but Will was laughing at the joke. Joey said, nah, he said that because he saw Jada's reaction. Everyone else was laughing.
That joke was funny. I'm sorry. That shit was hilarious.
Okay, but you have to understand how everyone else is perceiving it. She has a condition, and as a result of that condition, she has elected, because that was another thing too, she elected to decide to cut her hair short for that
She's
matter.
bald.
Well, I mean, I don't know if she's...
No, she's bald.
I don't know.
No,
little
she had
hair.
surgery.
She has,
She
like,
shows
does
the
she?
line.
Oh.
she has like little...
But I don't think the joke was about her being bald.
I don't think so either.
It's a little deeper because Jane cheated on her husband in the movie.
G.I. Jane? Well, G.I. Jane cuts her hair because she's going into
Well,
the
that's-
military.
Military. That's what I got out of
I
it.
got out of it because she cheated on him.
No, I got it as G.I. Jane. That's why I got it. Oh, the next G.I. Jane because she looked just like.
But that's why the
G.I.
joke was
Joe.
funny.
The joke was funny.
Oh, look, we got the YouTube video.
No. This is Tony Rock. That's his brother. He had a stand up.
He threatened him, right? He threatened.
No, he didn't threaten Will. It was like, let's get this clear right now. There's a lot of us, and he was like, yeah. You ain't no one coming on this stage and slapping me. I'm telling you because I'm gonna come for you. Yeah, he set everybody straight.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Tony Rock did it real good.
Okay. No, tate quieto isn't to put you down. Just shut the fuck up. Next one will be a good night.
Betsy, you're right. Who cares? But
Betsy
it was
said, who
great.
cares?
Let me tell you something. Before that, nobody knew that the Oscars were on Sunday.
For real.
Facts.
No one cared. That's another thing. No one cared. I'm like, oh, the Oscars? Who? What? All of a sudden, it came on. It went viral, and everybody was tuning into the Oscars. It passed already. It's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah. Tonight is the Grammys.
I'm sorry if you insult my wife and I'm really serious and I slap you. I'm not laughing with you backstage in the after party.
Well, I didn't get to see much of the after party.
No,
so.
but they said they were all together joking.
Yeah, I didn't get to see much of the after
Maybe
party.
they had a threesome.
That is not nice. They have an entanglement.
They have an
That's what
entanglement.
Leslie Jordan, you know who Leslie Jordan
Yes.
is? Leslie Jordan, that's the first thing he did. He said, oh, there's an entanglement going on at the Oscars.
Well, they have an
I
open,
loved
they
him.
have an open, closed relationship.
But
so,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Chris Rock would be like, I'm Pookie.
But my thing is, with all the violence that's going on in the world,
Wow.
with all the violence that's going on in the world, I just think that's what was inappropriate, in my opinion.
Yes, absolutely.
Because again, it's basically saying if he could
And
do
if it
it.
was orchestrated, it's even more fucked up because you actually planned it and premeditated. So you
That's why I don't think it was orchestrated.
I think.
Because why would the Oscars want to promote violence?
I don't think they knew. But
So you
then
think it
again,
was behind the scenes?
Yeah, I think it's more behind the scenes. I don't know.
It was what it was. It is what it is. And another thing that occurred over the
Like
past.
Angie missed you. Oh my God, Mia, I missed you.
Hi, Angie. Thank you. I miss all of you too. I'm so thankful that you're here joining us tonight. What?
Did they say it?
You talking shit?
Yeah, they said it. No, I just-
Fairy tales and lies.
You talking shit?
You want to talk about the Funko Pops that we did?
Oh, this is my boyfriend Bobby. This is my boyfriend Bobby. Where's the camera? Can I get the camera?
No, we're not zooming
I
that
need
shit.
zoom in. I need zoom in. This is
I
my
don't
boyfriend
need my
Bobby.
Grammy.
Oh my God! If you don't watch Billions, is it on Showtime? It's on Showtime. Billions. Bobby Axelrod
Yes.
is the most demented. Oh my God! Out of control.
Sexy?
Sexy ass.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God! He
I
drives me
wouldn't go that
bananas.
far.
He wets my panties all the time.
Wow.
Ben gets really angry when we watch the show because I'm just like, oh my God, does Bobby do it to me?
Wow.
No, yes, Bobby is really great. He's a billionaire. He's a billionaire, and he's a headhunter, hedge fund individual. But he's so demented, and I love the way he does it. Now the white folks can point the finger at them and say, "Told you so." True facts. Oh my God, that is so facts. We're going back to the Chris Rock tema, and you're right, tema. Oh my God, I just went from Spanish to English. You're absolutely right. We unfortunately, it's just like the whole situation with Miami. They shut down Miami, but the population in Miami now, the majorities were it's not no longer, how can I say it, diversified. So the individuals that were in Miami, they were popping off. They were basically,
But it
guns,
happens,
violence.
it happens every year during spring break.
No, but it wasn't like that when we used to go to Miami.
No, your time was like 40 years ago. I understand.
Wow. Wow.
First of all, you went when I went. So
Wow.
if you went when I went, you know what that means? You just as old as I am.
Listen, all I'm doing is stating facts. No one's saying anything else.
All right.
That's all.
But yeah,
Get all
it's
personal.
just it's sad. It's sad because again, what we put out there is what people see. Whether it's on social media, whether it's on a show, but what we put out there is what people see. Oh,
Betsy
Betsy,
loves
you love Billions. Isn't Axelrod so demented and so crazy? I just love him. I love Wendy too. She's really good.
I was trying to find Wendy because we got Taylor
Taylor's also demented. She cried for the first time the other day.
and we have Chuck. I like Chuck.
Oh, I'm sorry, Taylor. You're not a she, them, they, them.
Or whatever her whatever she.
She's a them. She's a them and a they.
But I like Chuck. Chuck is the best.
All right, are we getting into our topic tonight?
Why every time I talk, you just want to cut me off? That's some bullshit.
Talk,
yo.
talk. Say what you gotta
No,
say. Let
I
it
don't
out.
feel like talking,
let it out.
yo. I
You
don't feel like
you
talking.
need to let it out, or
I
you
don't
want
need-
to let it out.
No, I don't
You need to let it out, or you
don't-
want to let it
I
out.
don't need to do anything right now.
You don't need.
I don't need
Okay,
to
so
do
now
it.
define need. What is a need?
I don't need.
What is a need?
I want
Define
to
it.
just
Are
shut
you
the fuck
scared?
up.
You're scared again. You're
I
not
want-
answering the question.
I want
Answer
to
the question.
just shut
What
the
is
fuck
the
up and
need?
stay in my lane.
What?
I want to stay in my lane.
You feel like I'm beating you up tonight?
Of course.
I'm back. I'm back. Needs versus wants. That's the topic that I chose for tonight. Needs versus wants, and I want to hear from our audience. You know, and I love to interact with our audience to get your thoughts and your opinions. Needs versus wants. Which one is more important? Which one do you desire more? Your needs or your wants? I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Talk to me. Needs versus wants.
We don't get our wants. We don't always get our wants.
That's a fact.
Well, wants are desires, right? They're what I call as extras.
Yep.
We all want something.
They're perspectives. They're
Right?
individual perspectives. We get what we need.
But here's what
Because
sucks.
we need water. So we need.
But that's a
water.
requirement. That is
Well,
a
it's a
requirement
need.
to sustain life,
Well, that's a need.
right? Okay. But
We need air.
needs versus wants. When I tell you I need you to be there for me, and you tell me you don't need a damn thing from me, right? That hurts. But then it's like when I tell you I want you to be there for me, no, you don't want shit. So how can we come to that medium with needs versus wants when it comes down to just relationships? And when I say relationships, I'm referring to all kinds of relationships, not just intimate relationships, as far as boyfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend, everybody and everybody, you know. Yes, define need, define want, come on.
I wrote recently, we all want to be loved, but we all need to be understood.
We all want to be loved, but
Love.
no. I say it differently. I say that we all need love, right? But love, to me, is an emotion, and that emotion comes and goes. Now, here's what I know from my own experience. I know that I'm needed by a lot of people, but I know that I'm not wanted by a lot of people. There's a big difference.
I don't want you on this show right now.
Wow.
So yeah, like, and then that's interesting for me. That's the biggest thing. I've always said people need me, but people don't want me. You know, because when they no longer need me, they don't no longer want me, and it sucks. You know, when you have talent, when you have doors that open up for other people, when you have certain things that people need,
But You're
right?
speaking wants and needs in the base of like relationships.
I'm talking about general. I'm not just talking about based on
Because like if
relationships.
you're talking about just basic life, like we need water, we
That's
need food.
substance.
That's what I'm
That's things that's
But that's a-
required.
right.
Right. That's a requirement. But who comes into a relationship and right away says, "This is what I need out of this relationship"?
A lot of people do.
Not really.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I disagree. I could be
When
wrong.
They say I want this.
Wants is a desire, like a role play. Needs is a necessary. Correct. I agree. I agree with Vic. Needs is a necessary. Now, but we all need, like you just said. You said we need love, right?
No, I said everybody wants to be loved.
So what do we need?
We need to be understood more than we need wanting love.
But not everybody can understand you because not everyone is in your position.
So
What do you mean so? So how can I understand you? You need me to understand you, but I can't. If I can't understand you, I'm not going to understand you.
well, you have to pay attention to me to understand me.
Whether I pay attention to you or not. There's times that you speak to me and I tell you, listen, I'm sorry, but I don't understand.
Sometimes.
More often than not.
Shit.
When I don't understand you, I'm like, I'm sorry, explain it to me because I don't understand it. And if I don't understand it, I'm just like, I
It's
just
because
don't
you don't
understand
pay
it.
attention.
I do pay attention. How are you going to tell me I don't pay attention?
You do not
So
pay
what the fuck you
attention
my
to
friend
time.
for?
I'm not your friend.
You're my ace.
No, she actually says she pays attention. Like she pays attention
I
to the
pay.
television.
Okay,
I'm
look.
staying out of this one.
Wants is expectations once you tell the other person. Right, but then when you tell somebody your want or your need, that's when the expectation comes up here, in my opinion. right? When you tell somebody, this is what I want, this is what I need, that pressure on the other side is like, okay, now I have to figure this out, and I have to make sure that I meet this person's expectations, their
saying
needs
they're-
and their wants.
Are you saying they're one and the same?
I don't think they're one and the same.
No, and neither do I.
No, I don't think they're one.
I think in the universe,
But
you get what
but
you
we
need.
take that word need. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but we take that word
You know,
need.
You're not sorry, first of all.
People take my needs, and then once they get cut off, then they want me. Okay. Doesn't she doesn't pay attention to you?
That's it.
Oh my God. Is that who I think it is?
Ah, it sure is.
Hi, Anthony. How are you? People take my needs, and then once they get cut off, then they want me. And that's true. You see, and that's the thing. It's like needs versus wants.
Victor, I want you and I need you all the time.
It's a fine line. It's a fine line. Can you get serious here and stop it? And put your shirt down, because I want to see your belly.
Not belly.
Get together. Get yourself together. Lord, you a hot mess.
I'm relaxed. That's
Get
what I
yourself together. No, I'm being serious. When it comes to needs and wants, I think it's a very tough, and I'm not going to say topic because it's not a tough topic, but what it is to distinguish both of them. Because when we talk to other individuals, I need you to understand that's kind of tough. Because if I'm not in your position and if I'm not in your shoes, I can't tell you I need you to, because that's what
Absolutely
you're requiring me to feel what you're feeling, to go through what you're going through, and I can't. I can't. No matter what you say to me, no matter what you know, how you describe it to me, I can only feel for you, right?
You
And
can
I can,
empathize with the
I can definitely empathize, you know, but again, when it comes to needs, it's just like, when I know, I often say, I need you to do this, I need you to that, right? We'll tell people what to do. That's how I feel. We're telling people what to do. But I did get some interesting verbiage from just reading about the topic. And it's like Vic said, you know, our wants, our desires. There's things that we wish, that the things that we wish to achieve or manifest in our lives, but our survival and well-being don't depend on them.
Absolutely
Right?
not.
They don't. So then why do we use the word I need you to understand me?
Well, that's because that's what we replace want, because want might be too selfish of a word. I want. So we replace the word want with need to make it sound maybe a little bit more appeasing to the person that we're trying to correlate their message, the message to.
All right. So do you think that when it comes,
Hey, I want you to cook dinner for me, and you're gonna tell me, no, mother effer, cook dinner for yourself, right?
Facts.
But then I
Facts.
tell you, I'm hungry. I've been working all day. I need you to cook dinner for me when I get home. It sounds a little bit better. It's the delivery.
what could be negotiated, a need or a want?
Both.
It depends. Well,
You can negotiate a need?
Hell yeah.
How do you negotiate a
it
need?
depends.
Well, if you need something and I need something, we can negotiate and come to a median, and there you go.
But a need is required.
Okay, we both need something that's required. So let's get
Right,
to a
but
But the
median.
thing,
Give me what I need.
most people use the word need, and what they need isn't a requirement.
A want is ego-based, Christine said. It's true. It is true. It is. And here's the one that the kicker for me. I want you to explain to me why you feel that way. Right? We want. I don't need you to. It's not a requirement. It's a desire.
I think also what affects the word is the relationship.
Which word? We're talking about two different
Both of
words.
them. I think both of them. Say you're in a relationship, and for example, you're married, and you speak to your significant other, and there's something that needs to be addressed. The word need is more profound in that dynamic because of the relationship that's going on. Instead of if you have just a regular friend and I need that friend is, you guys don't have that same relationship, that bond. But if you're speaking to your husband, it's like, listen, I need you to do this because A, B, and C. It's different because then obviously hopefully he loves you and he understands, okay, my wife needs this. And because I love her, I'm going to try to facilitate that. But if you're talking to a regular friend or a coworker, hey, I need you to do this, your coworker is like, nah, I'm busy. I can't get you coffee or anything of that nature. So I think the dynamic of the relationship takes a big emphasis on the word itself.
Okay, so when we go to people and we say, I need a favor from you, right? No, you don't need a favor from me. You want a favor. You don't need a favor, right? Because it's not a requirement. It's not something that you need to sustain yourself. But then, in my research of the words needs and want, the word need and want, I found that needs are non-negotiable. Once needs are non-negotiable, you should never sacrifice your need for anything else. So if I have a need, for example, we all have love languages, right? My love language is, listen, just let me be when I need to be, let me rock when I need to rock, and I'm simple, you know. I'm simple. I don't need to be wined and dined. I don't need to be.
Need flowers.
I don't need flowers.
You want chocolate.
I love chocolate. Give me a lot of chocolate. So, those are not needs. Those are my wants. But I need your attention. I need your presence in my life in order to know that we have that connection. Because without your presence in my life, then there's nothing. So yeah, when I see a disconnect, I'm just like, come back. I need this. I need to know, not that I need to know, because I'm working on that. I'm working on that on my own right now. But we all say you could talk. Everybody could talk, and it's like you don't show. So your actions don't correlate with your words. But at the same token, when we're talking about what we need, other than the things that can be given to us, the emotional needs that we want, they're tough. They're tough.
Yeah, but
there are some people that don't know how to meet other people's needs, and then when we come to the table and we're like, well, how could you not know that I need this from you? Well, because that's not a need for me. That's your need, but it's not a need for me. Right? It's totally different. Like, I mean, super mega producer, you could explain it to me. What do you need from me?
I need peace.
He doesn't like, he likes just things to be calm, right? He likes things to be calm. He likes simplicity, right? He needs simplicity. His life is about let's just be simple. Let's not be complicated. I'm not that a simplicity person. I'm more of okay, we need to just look at the broad picture. So I look at everything, and I don't complicate it, but I'm like, okay, let's think about this, and let's think about the consequences. Where he's just like, let's just make a decision, let's just get it over with, right? So that's our difference. But wants are minimalist. With wants, I think that we can put those all aside, and then work more on needs.
I want $1 million.
That's what you want, but that's.
You're gonna get it. Wants. You don't get your wants. You don't always get your wants.
Anthony said, I need to get my ass up and take my daughter out the shower and ready for bed. I'll be right back.
And my night said you need to lower your mic.
Mine? Why? Oh, because I'm moving too much?
No, I don't know.
A need is something necessary to live and function. A want is a
They're all
desire
on the
that can
same
improve
level.
your quality of life.
Probably because she's higher pitched than you. I'm gonna go.
I do speak louder. I'm sorry if I'm speaking really loud. I apologize. But where do we cross that line with needs and wants? And what I mean is how can we work through our needs and ensure that the person or persons in our lives can meet those needs?
Like, what needs are you referring to? Like, you can have a need for many people. Every person, you need something from each person.
But remember, a need is non-negotiable.
Technically.
A need is non-negotiable. It's a requirement.
Yeah.
A want is a desire.
But it's a requirement for you.
No, it's not a requirement for me. When we need something, we need it.
You need, what is it that you need?
There are people that say, I need sex 5 times a day, 5 days a week, right? You don't fucking need sex 5 days a week. You just want sex 5 days a week.
That'd be nice.
Right? It would be nice. But it's not a need. You don't need that.
So what do you need?
I think we could say that we need hugs.
What do you want me to lower it on?
Yeah, on the podcast.
Oh, on the podcaster. What is she? 3? 2?
You both sound good from here.
See?
T said we sound good from here.
Decided to start
Oh, okay.
Remember, when a need is something that we need in order to be able to go through life and sustain life. Like we all need.
For example,
we all need support.
do you need hugs to continue sustaining life? There ain't nobody hugging me. And
I
I'm
need
still-
hugs.
Huh?
I need hugs. Hugs are really good to receive.
They're good to receive, yes, but it's not a necessity.
For some people, they are.
Well, again, then it depends on the person.
It is. It
Because
is.
you need hugs, and I don't need hugs, so it's a necessity for you. So the need is individualized for the person.
Do you need somebody to fulfill you?
No.
You don't need someone to fulfill you.
Fulfill me in what sense?
Someone to fulfill you. like Nelson needs to adjust his mic. Like, do you need someone to fill you?
And then goal number 2 on the bottom. On the bottom.
I'm sorry, we're having some technical issues here, and they're trying
It's just
to.
trying to make it clear for everybody. It's a little distorted on you, and he's low.
I'm low,
Yeah.
so I gotta go high.
No, just on the podcaster. You on the podcaster.
This one,
That's the podcaster.
I gotta go high.
Yeah, there you go.
High.
And then a little bit lower on number 2 for her.
Damn, I can't get it.
Not on the podcast, on the bottom,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
on B.
I'm sorry, we're dealing with some technical issues. Thank you for your patience.
You can still continue talking.
Yeah.
You don't have a problem.
Here's my thing. At the end of the day, we all have needs. We all have needs, but our needs cannot all be met. When people say, I need someone to love me, I need someone to be there for me, I need someone to support me, I disagree, and I learned that the hard way. I think it's more as you have to want. Because if you don't have that desire and you don't have that drive, then how do it's easy to need somebody or for that person to be convenient to be needed for you, I should say. But when it comes to desire, you have to desire the people that are in your life. You have to want them in your life.
Like, I need to love myself before.
Absolutely.
Okay, see, so
Absolutely.
that is non-fucking negotiable.
That's non-negotiable.
See, I need to love myself.
Absolutely.
But I can't say I need someone to love me.
Correct.
I want someone to love me.
Correct.
But I don't need someone to love me.
Correct. In my opinion.
Right.
I agree.
Well, in my opinion as well.
I agree. I agree with. We agreed with something.
Yeah.
That's great. That's so
Whoa.
awesome. No, because again, if we don't have that desire for something, how could we say that we need it?
What? Say that again?
If we don't have a desire for something or someone,
Right.
then how can we even say that we need it?
Yeah, correct.
Right? So you. Oh, I sound real cute. I like that. The wants to experience companionship with another. That is a want, but it's not needed. We were born alone. We're gonna die alone. Facts.
We weren't meant to be alone.
No, we weren't meant to be alone.
alone.
But when you say we weren't meant to, we're meant to be within society.
I think we're meant to be with someone.
Liz said
Life.
wants is ego based. Yes, wants is ego based. Tracy said Nelson wants hugs. Tracy,
I don't
behave.
want hugs.
Behave.
Be selfish too.
Huh?
Wants can be selfish.
Oh, wants.
Wants
yeah.
are very selfish.
Wants are very selfish, and a lot of people unfortunately put their wants before their needs. And I'm gonna just generalize it. There are times that it's like, okay, I need to pay a bill, but I want that $100 purse. And some people unfortunately will drop their $100 on the purse as opposed to pay their $100 electricity bill. They're like, I'll just pay it next month. And that's their choice, and that's fine.
That's how I got like 10 purses.
No, I mean, I think it's fine. You know what I'm saying? I think that's okay that you can, if that's the choices that someone makes as far as their needs and their wants, they can do that. That's their right. But I am still stuck with the needs versus wants and what's the difference, because again, we do know one is a requirement, one is a desire.
I don't think there is no difference. Now,
In expressing ourselves, right? Because when I want, I need. They always say speak in I terms. So I need you to be there for me. No, you don't need nobody to be there for you. You want someone to be there for you. At least that's the way I'm looking at it. But then it's like, I want you to be there for me. But it's like, No, you can't want me to be there.
But you need your husband to be there for you. Because he is your husband.
No, I desire my husband to be there for me.
You need your husband to be there.
I desire my husband.
That's part of
I don't
being
need my
married.
husband. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's not a lie. I desire my husband.
Yeah, but you need to. I think
What do I need him for?
to support you, to be there.
I
for
need
you.
him to. I want him to be there for me. I want him to want to be there for
You
me.
don't think in the.
I can't force him to be
No,
there
we're
for
not
me.
talking about force. Don't you think in the relationship of marriage, it's more of a need than a want? Don't you
No.
think it's a responsibility?
No.
No. So when you
No,
marry-
because how many marriages are there's?
Oh, I'm not talking
how
about-
many marriages are in this world right now where at the end of the day people are together because they need to be together in order to pay bills,
Well, 50
but they don't want to be together.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. That's not saying the way it should be and the way it was meant to be. What marriage is meant to be, you marry someone because you're going to be there for each other. You're going to need each other through trials and tribulations. The way society is now, 50% of marriages end up in divorce. The next 25% of freaking relationships, everybody doesn't want to be in that relationship. And like you said, they're either because kids, that's the first excuse.
I'm only here because of the kids.
Financial, because we need to pay bills. Okay, I can't live on my own. He can't live on his own, or whatever the case may be. So that's the way society is now. But the way it was meant to be,
We don't know how it was meant to be.
in my opinion,
No, I mean, because I think that it stems from even from when our parents were, in their day, back in their days. At the end of the day, hi Sasha. At the end of the day, there were many individuals that stood together because that was just the norm. They didn't want to
But
be in a
that's the thing,
marriage.
it's just-
They didn't want to be in a marriage, but a lot of men and women remained in a marriage because they needed to be in the marriage.
well, women especially back in the day, because it was scorned upon if you got divorced or you were,
And men too. I mean, I'm not gonna
But
make
what
it about
was-
sexist thing.
What do you think? What do you think the whole marriage thing? What is it supposed to be? What is it meant to be?
Marriage is a team, in my opinion. Well, we're not talking about marriage, but marriage is a team, right? And there should be support equally given. And here's my truth. The truth is that when one person is down, the other person should want to be there for that person when they're down, right? Because again, a person may not want to, like for example, when I was going through my issues, he may not want to be involved in it. He may not want to have that drive to be like, okay, I need to be there for her. Oh my God, she's going through it, and now I have to deal with it. He may not want that.
Yeah, but see,
But then I may want him to go through it with me. But if he doesn't want to, I can't force him.
Yeah, but then that's what I'm asking you. So, what really is the purpose of a relationship like that? If it
What do you mean? What's the purpose of a relationship
what
like
was like marriage? I'm talking about marriage. Like marriage, I think, in my belief, when you get married with someone, it's where two people are together and they need to be there for each other. Obviously, they need to want to be with each other.
Right, right.
So, but in times of difficulty, I think each individual needs the other person to help them go through that. Because if they don't, then the marriage ends up being like a farce. It just doesn't work.
But what you have to understand that there are times in a marriage
I mean,
where a
that's not the
person
way it
doesn't
is
know
now.
how to. There could be a person that doesn't, or even any relationship that doesn't know how to handle certain situations, right? I know people that unfortunately it's like I don't know what it is to cry. I don't know what it is to see someone depressed. I don't know what it is to see someone struggle and go through it. So I'm just okay. I'm oblivious to it, and I don't know how to be there for that person, emotionally, mentally. There's again. We're in this world where we assume that anytime somebody is going through something, they need someone there. And there were times like throughout my situation where people were like, listen, I'm here for you. And I would tell them, I need to go through this by myself. Right? Because at the end of the day, you're going to tell me a lot of things that I know you believe that I need to hear. But at the end of the day, no matter what you tell me, I still have to go through what I have to go through by myself.
See, but when you use the word need at that point, it was non-negotiable at that because it came from you,
Right.
right? It came from you. I need to do this on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's non-negotiable. But when you're needing something, not from your, not that you have to do it yourself, but when you're needing something from someone else, again, the dynamic of that relationship, I think, takes part in how it should be. I think in a matrimony, I think each individual should need each other. I know it's not the norm, unfortunately, but
I think you're talking, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think you're talking more as far as support is concerned. For example, if someone raises their voice to me, I'm going to tell them, I need you to not raise your voice. That is non-negotiable, right? I am told all the time, do not curse. I need you not to curse.
who tells you that?
I'm not going to mention names, but they tell me, I need you not to curse.
Okay.
Right? In a heated argument, I need you not to curse. I'm not told that way. I get told a different way, but that's a need. That is non-negotiable for that person, right? Because if you just don't,
So do you or don't you?
I don't curse
Okay.
because that's the
But it's,
person's need.
but it's the dynamic of that relationship that makes you say, okay, this person doesn't need, I need to respect that, let me do it.
Like, I hate when people go like this to me all the time. Ooh, don't do that. And I'm like, I need you to stop that shit. Because if you do that, you did it the other day, remember? And I was like, stop it.
I just went like this to you.
I don't like it. It's just me. I need you not to do that. Not you per se,
You
but
want no one to do that, but you can still live.
no, I don't desire. I just don't. It's non-negotiable.
It happens all the time anyway.
It's non-negotiable. No, when people do it, I tell them stop, and I just tell them I need you to stop that. I need you to stop. But I think that again, where we get it twisted is just, you know, we all need something. How do we come to the table with what our needs, and then what happens to the flip side of the other person who's receiving, you know, who's hearing the, oh, I need, and it's like, okay, these are non-negotiable. These are things that I'm not willing to sacrifice. But this person or these people want to be in your life, but it's just like, wow, like we really have to, like, that's what you need, and we have to give you what you need.
So what happens if your boss tells you, I need you to do this?
If my who?
Your boss.
It depends. If it's a requirement, because remember, it's required. So if it's something that my boss is telling me to do that's required, I have no choice.
But she says the word need.
Right. I need you to do this because it's a requirement.
But how about if I need you to do this now, and then you look at what she's telling you to do, and you look, I don't have to really do this now, but she just wants me to do it now.
I will then ask, do you really need me to do this right now?
Right, exactly, because
But then you have that dialogue.
you have, well, then the underlying thing is if you don't communicate when there's some type of doubt or question in the want or the need, then it doesn't get clarified. Because in that instance, she needs you, Mia, I need you to do this right now. And then you look at it and I'm like, wait, this is not due for 2 days. You know what I'm saying? And you know you don't need to do this right now, but it was more of her thinking that the word need would make it more of a priority than want, because want is more of something personal, right? And need is more of a it's a requirement type of phrase. So people use the word need to try to convince people that
You sound like you're about to confuse yourself.
it needs to be done now. So that's how need is used now. It's more of a convincing type of phrase than anything else. People say, I want to do this, I want to do that. Yeah, but I need you to do me that letter tonight. That's my problem. That's a me problem. Because that doesn't mean that you need to do it tonight. I'm going to do that shit tomorrow. And you do tell me that shit. Yo, Mia, I need this shit now. I'm like, no, I'll do it tomorrow when I'm at work.
Are you referring to the other day when you were like, I need that language? And I was like, you're not getting that language now. You're going to get it later on.
Yeah, so exactly. I use the word need. And it's not that I needed it right
So
now.
you think that we just throw around the word need, but not in the context of requirement? It's
No,
just
it's more convincing.
word, but I don't see need as a convincing.
Yeah, I said, it's better than want. Hey, I want you to do this. But it leaves an option. I want. It's I want. But need is like it's imminent. It's like, oh shit, it might be important. I need you to do this. You know, I need you to pick up my laundry.
I'll be like, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem.
Exactly.
You don't even do shit.
But need is the word need nowadays is used more of convincing people to do something for you when it's really not a necessity at the moment. It's not imperative.
I don't. I think it's
See,
just,
Sasha, you need to go back wherever you were. And this violence is not acceptable. Will got
Sasha.
kicked out.
My name is
on
not
the
Will
Oscar.
Smith, Sasha. It's not Will Smith.
Yes, absolutely.
No, I just, my thing with wants and needs is and I think the big kicker is that we all want a lot of things.
Absolutely.
We want explanations, we want understanding, we want love, we want time, we want attention. We have so many wants, and those are the wants that we don't tend to sacrifice. Those are the wants, for some reason, they turn out, or they seem to appear to be non-negotiable, when wants should be negotiable. Wants should be negotiable.
I want to win the lotto.
Well, I mean, but that's...
I want a size 13 foot.
Oh, well, you can get a size 13 foot if you want. But, no. Yeah, I think that, when it comes down to the wants, we don't want to negotiate. We don't want to negotiate those.
Listen, wants, we don't always get our wants. That is fact. We don't always get our wants. But we need to get our needs.
TV said, laughing out loud, when someone says, I need, I reply, you meant, can you or please? The word need does prioritize what you want.
Yeah, exactly. It's more of a convincing word than anything else. That's the way it's used now.
Well, do you think that need is more of a jump? You know what I'm saying? Jump, I need you to jump right now.
Yeah.
And the person's like, okay, how high?
It's gotta be immediate. It's gotta be now. It's gotta be done on your timetable. I need you to do this right now. I need you to write me this letter.
Okay, so how about when we use the phrase, I need you to explain to me why it is that you don't call me 20 times a day? Explain.
No, you want me to explain. I don't need to explain. I don't need to explain shit. You want me to explain why I don't call you 20 times a day. I don't need to. Just like I don't need to call you 20 times a day.
No, let's do this one. I need you to explain to me why you don't post me on social media. Explain. I need you to explain to me why you don't post me on social media.
Yeah, I've heard that quite a few times.
Okay, and what was your response?
My response, I go into an explanation. What exactly am I going through? Let me go through the gamut of explanations that I had. And actually, well, yeah, I would explain, well, first of all, I do. Second of all, you're posing the way, this is the way I've had this conversation done before. I do put you on Facebook or on social media.
But if I tell you I need you to explain it to me, do you really need to explain to me why you don't put me on social media? No. So why don't we shut it down and not give an explanation and say no?
Well, because of the dynamic of the relationship. If you're talking about a partner, that's not going to end well right there.
Why?
Because that person is in an emotional state, and that dynamic now changes. This person now, if you're with someone, okay,
but again, I don't mean to interrupt. I said I need you to explain it to me. Do I really need you to explain to me?
No, you really don't need to.
Right.
Because you're my partner, I am going to explain it to you. But if you're just my friend...
Well, now would you say, okay, you don't need me to, you just want me to. That's your desire. Remember, need, non-negotiable, required.
Right.
Wants, desire, negotiable.
Absolutely. I agree with you. But in a partnership, that's not going to fly. It just isn't. I'm sorry. It's not going to fly with women, that's for sure.
Okay, so how about if you respond, and in your response you say, okay, I know that you're saying that you need me to, you want me to, and I'm letting you know that I am choosing to. I don't have to do anything. But then that's bad.
That's going to be taken completely wrong.
Right.
Absolutely.
So then where do we cross? Where do we put that? Where do we say? You know what? This is I don't need to do anything
Remember, it
that you
also-
want me to do.
And also, remember, it's the dynamic.
Remember.
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 So remember, it has to do with the dynamic of that relationship, whatever relationship it is. It could be a coworker, it could be a friend, it could be a partner, it could be cualquiera, it could be someone you met in the store, whatever the things, that you could be a customer in the store. Hey, I need you to get me the price on that dress.
Okay, but that's different because you're now in a store, right? And in order for you to purchase the item, you need the price.
Right.
So the individual you're speaking to, they're going to say this is required because if I don't give them the price, they may not purchase the dress and we may lose the sales. So in that regard,
That
it's again,
situation is different where
Correct.
it is. So the situation and the dynamic of the relationship are two things that affect the words. They have some type of influence in it whatsoever. Like you could go to a
all
store.
right. So let's hit this one. I need closure. I need closure.
None of us need closure.
I need closure.
None of us need closure.
I need closure. I need closure.
That's something.
How could you just do this to me? I need closure.
That's a you problem.
Right, but do people normally respond and say that's a you problem?
Absolutely not.
No,
No.
right? So we don't need closure.
We don't.
We just want closure.
We want closure. Right.
Okay.
We think because people think that if they get their closure, it's gonna answer all their questions. No, it's not. It really isn't. You're gonna still live. You're still gonna continue living, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and that's the top. This is what I'm saying. There's so many things that we say that we need in order to move on, or in order to be happy, in order to sustain ourselves. And the truth of the matter is that we don't.
So T says, I don't have to explain nada. I have a choice. You're right. We all have a choice. That's it. But again, like I said, the dynamic of the relationship or the situation also can dictate exactly how you respond to the want or the need. When you look at a house, you have wants and needs. You look for all the needs first. Oh, we actually will look for all the wants first. Oh, I want a big house. I want a
And that
two-car
is correct.
garage.
That is correct.
I want to fill it with this nice car.
But we take those wants and we make they're negotiable, right? For example, when we were looking for this house, we wanted a pool.
You got a pool.
We got a pool.
You didn't need a pool.
I didn't need a pool,
Right,
but
you
we wanted a pool.
when you got a pool.
Right. But it was like, okay, let's negotiate it. If we don't get a house with a pool, but we get the nice sizable house, let's just do that. You know, laughing out loud, deal with your own closure. But I think it's the wording of what we're saying, and I don't think it's that we need closure. You know, it's more of a we need to be able to understand that when we put forth on the table, I think, in my opinion, when we put forth on the table that there are certain things that we need and we're not going to, and they're really wants, right? I think that's what it is.
A lot of the things that we say we need are not needs; they're wants.
Right.
For the most part.
And then that's where, unfortunately, there's issues in a relationship. There's issues. That's when we have
No
issues in all kinds of relationships. It's because, you know, I've had people that it's like, I needed you and you weren't there for me. No, you didn't need me. You didn't need me. You wanted me there. But if I couldn't be there for you, I couldn't be there for you, because if I'm fucked up, I'm going to be fucked up just as much as you are. I'm not going to be beneficial to you.
You need to be there for yourself first.
Right. Absolutely. But here's my thing. Why is it that we're so quick to put people's needs and wants before ours? I'm guilty of that. I'm so guilty of, you know, I need time for myself, but this person needs me, so I'm going to be there for them. Regardless. And that's a big kicker for me, because it comes hand in hand with boundaries, but at the end of the day, it's a huge sacrifice.
Absolutely. It's
Huge sacrifice.
And you don't even realize it. How
No.
much you're sacrificing of yourself for other people.
No.
And then it takes something for you to realize, shit, you know.
How quick are we when someone's sick, right? what do you need? Do you need anything? Let me know what you need. But then when we're sick, it's like, I say, hold on. I'm not going to go get my medications. I'm not going to go get the soup. I'm not going to go
People say things just because it's
cliche.
yeah, that's all it is. Like someone passes away, hey, if you need someone, and tell me, let me know if you need anything. Really? Like I actually needed something 6 months ago. Like where were you? You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Yeah, it's for me, I think that we're so quick to also with other people's wants. I'm like that too. You can tell me, I can hear people in conversation and say, something interests them. And the minute I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to go get something for myself. And I'll come back with everything for everybody else except for me. I put everybody's needs, or not even needs, wants before me.
When you get me anything?
Motherfucker, what do you mean? When do I get you things. I surprised you with the it's something that you didn't want. It's something that you didn't need, but I surprised you for Valentine's Day, and you got your cigar, and you got to relax.
Oh, yeah.
See,
Nice.
say sorry.
Yeah,
Say sorry.
No, sorry. I just couldn't
Say
remember.
sorry.
That's amnesia.
No, that's amnesia. No, I just think that that's the hard part too. That we're so quick to satisfy other people's needs and wants, and we put
people pleaser.
and we put people pleaser, people pleaser, codependent. There's so many terms for it. But I think that, before we decide not decide, but say, hey, I need this too, we're quick to be like, okay, let's meet other people's needs and wants, their requirements, their desires. And then it's like, let's put ours to the back burner. And then when we put ours to the back burner, guess what? Ain't no fucking body doing shit for me that I need. Ain't nobody fucking giving me anything I want. And then that's where the resentment comes in, the lack of understanding, the anger. Everything comes up because it's like I'm doing for everybody else and nobody's doing for me. And I'm not saying I'm sort of in that place right now. Sort of, kind of. I'm in the I don't give a fuck attitude. That's just the attitude I'm in right now. And it's not about...
But people do things with expectations, and that's where people get into problems when they expect something when they're doing something for someone. And if you're doing something for someone, you do it because you want to do it.
Right.
Not
No
because
strings
you're-
attached.
Yeah, you're not expecting anything that if you need something in the future, you want something in the future. Hey, remember when I helped you? Boom, here's the card. You know what I'm saying? No, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, Liz put here, sometimes people put others' needs first because deep down they really need to be wanted and needed. I agree 100%.
Liz got back on social media and wants to just talk it up.
No, I
Jesus
agree.
Christ.
I agree 100%. There are a lot of people that do for others, but it's just because they want to be acknowledged. Not, they want to be acknowledged. They want to feel needed and wanted. She's absolutely 100%. Anthony said, what you get me, Anthony? I haven't gotten you a damn thing. Facts. I ain't gonna lie. There ain't nothing wrong with that. It's facts. I haven't gotten you anything materialistically. I've had you in prayers, you and the fams, always in prayers. Sasha
Yes,
said
he
sometimes
said the bracelets. That's right, because you're always getting me bracelets.
Sasha says sometimes pleasing people is a need for some. Who said about the bracelets?
T.
T?
Yeah.
T said about the bracelets?
You're right.
Damn, T, you listen. She
She
listens.
pays attention.
She pays attention. Sasha said sometimes pleasing people is a need for some people. I'm guilty of that. Yeah. Yeah, and that's really hard,
Sasha, you don't please me. You're always trying to kick me in the mouth.
Wow.
Always. She's always.
How do you want her to please you? Put it out there. You just said she's never pleasing you. So how do you want?
Yeah, she's not pleasing.
How do
me.
you
I'm
want her
not
to
getting
please
pleased
you?
That way. She's always doing bodily harm on me. What the fuck is that?
That's another conversation for you and Sasha to have in
Shit,
private.
Holy crap, bro! I'm scared of her. I just run away. No.
No, it's just it's the needs and wants to me is just it's so hard to distinguish and to basically.
What are your needs that are non-negotiable? See, that's the thing, right? Because of the way wants and needs have interacted with each other and how they're actually they're interchangeable. So it's hard to differentiate the words until you speak to someone and actually say, what are your needs?
You're like too back.
Needs, why?
Because like I'm here and like you're down here, Dom. That
Listen,
shows
that's
that
it. Again, that you want me to move up, or you need me to move up because I'm comfortable the way I am.
I just need to be able to just not have to turn and look
That's
at you
it.
this way.
Hello, this is why we have space. You don't gotta be constricted. You can move around. You can
But I
jump
like
around.
to
How-
interact with the audience. I like to see this. It's just like
How much bigger do you need it?
I don't need anything big. I don't need anything big, and I don't want anything big. I'm fine with the space. Liz said, I'm guilty of always doing for others because I need to make others happy before myself. But that also has to do with inner healing I need to work on. Yeah, and
So now we have to attach. We need to attach a phrase now to I need. It's no longer I need and it's taken for what it is. Now we have to say, I need this, and this is non-negotiable. When the word
Right.
I need should be sufficient, it is sufficient. You now have to explain what the word need is. It has to have an explanation. So I need you to do this. This is non-negotiable.
okay, so do you think that it should be started with what I'm about to say to you is non-negotiable? Meaning you can't change it, you can't ask me to change it because it is a need. I think that works,
That can
right?
but
Because
people
but you're
look
doing
at you
you're giving the
side-eye.
disclaimer before, and you're not. People don't understand sometimes when you say I need, that it's not non-negotiable.
You're the only person that speaks that way in my life. So
What do you mean?
the way you just
Did I do disclaimers?
Yeah, no,
I
that-
always disclaim.
So
I always disclaim.
If I were to hear that from someone else, I would look and see where's the jury, where's the judge, where's the bailiff, because I feel like I'm in a court of law. That's the courtroom, because most people don't speak that way. So for people to speak to change the way they phrase things, it would be kind of difficult. So people have to now give the explanation, the definition of need for them. You know what I'm saying?
If it works, if
yeah.
it works better, because again, when you say I need more communication, the other person could be like, "What are you talking about? You need more communication."
Right.
I talk to you. What more do you want?
Talking isn't communication.
Right, but it
But then you
depends.
have
It
to get-
depends on the type of communication, right? I can speak to somebody every day, but if there's no substance to that conversation, guess what? We're not talking. If it's a hello, how was your day? Okay, my day was good. How was yours? All right, fine. You want to sit down? Yeah, let's sit down. How was dinner? It was good. But there's no substance to that.
No.
Yeah, I don't need that.
You can write that on the board.
I don't know what writing on the board
write it on
means,
the
but
board.
I tend to disclaim before I express myself, but that's just me. I don't know why, but I guess maybe sometimes I think about the other person, and so I'll just say I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm not trying to get into your business. I'm not trying to confuse you. I do disclaim a lot. That's just me.
I drink a lot of water. I gotta do pee-pee.
It's a go-to pee-pee. Or just say I need and it is important or priority to me. But again, a lot of people don't understand when something is a priority to you, it may not be a priority to them.
Should I turn off my microphone?
No, you could do whatever you want to do because it's what you want.
I need everybody to hear me.
It's what it's what you want. It's what you want.
Everybody.
No, yeah. It's to me, it's hard expressing your wants and your needs and the other person or other people being able to accept what you want and what you need. And it's really what other people are willing to accept. What you're willing to allow other people to accept. People expressing themselves has changed because communicating is different today. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that the word need, laughing out loud, Mia T said Mia does use I need you to, yet when spoken to that way, it's different for her. And it's true. Yeah, I need you to stop sometimes. Sometimes I tell you, Tracy, I need you to stop. And that's a requirement because you need to stop. Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty of a lot of things. I'm guilty of a lot of things when it comes to the needs and when it comes to the wants.
I need food.
Wants to me, food is a requirement. Wants,
Isn't that a need?
I've come to terms that all my wants are not going to be met. all my wants are not going to be met. Why? Because I have to understand that not everybody in my circle wants the same thing. Not everybody in my circle wants the same thing. When we listen, I've heard a lot of people that they say
Needs are
we all went.
personalized.
They go on a group. They go travel in a group, right? And it's just you got people that wake up. You got people that wake up in the morning, right? Because they need to get up early and they need to get out. And then you have people that don't want to get up early because they don't need to, and then that causes friction,
Everybody's definition of vacation is different.
right? Yep. I'm not talking about me, generally speaking. No, Tracy, I mean, you could bring yourself into it. There's times that I do tell you I need you to stop. Because there are times that Tracy, you got a heart of gold, and you know, I love you to death. Don't get me wrong, but there are times that I gotta tell you stop. I need you to stop, because you spoil me. She spoils me. Tracy spoils me.
With cakes?
No, she doesn't spoil me with cakes.
Yeah, okay.
No, Tracy doesn't spoil me with cakes. She's the type of person that she's out and she sees something that she knows that I would like. She'll just be like, Mia will like this. She thinks about me all the time, and then she'll bring it, you know. Yeah. She does that. I do that with Ben all the time. The other day I went shopping, and it's funny because he's like, oh, did you get me a shirt? Yeah, I got you a shirt because I know you need a shirt. And he's like, oh, okay.
Did he need a shirt?
He needed a shirt.
Okay.
He needed a shirt. He didn't ask me for the shirt. I didn't come back with anything for me.
Yes, I washed my hands, Sasha. You want to smell?
But it's really a thing that when we put other people's needs and wants, the resentment comes in before our own. I see that a lot.
That's the key.
I see that a lot.
You need to take care of your needs first before anybody else.
But that is hard.
Is it?
Because I think that by nature, somebody said it, I don't know who exactly said, but by nature, we're people pleasers. By nature, we're people pleasers.
Betsy, you don't need someone to open the door for you. You want a man to open the door for you. There's a difference. Because you can open the door for yourself. That's chivalry.
Okay.
See? That's what she wrote.
Okay. I need you to open the car door for me. Things have changed in the world. Yeah, but so Betsy, would you, for example, you meet someone, and would that be something that you would put on the table from Jumpstart and say, I need you to open the door for me? You don't think that whoever you're expressing that to is going to say, I'm out, peace out,
and
deuces?
if I don't open the door, that's it. It's a wrap. Like, it's not a necessity. It's not life or death. Like, okay, he doesn't open the door for me though. It all doesn't have to be as complicated. Sheesh.
Well, and going back to, the things that I was reading about needs and wants, it says here, let's get things clear. The only person you need is yourself. If you come to a relationship expecting your partner to fill in your flaws, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. It also puts pressure on the other person to be something they're not, which can drive them away, which I agree. There are times that
You're not supposed to have a partner to fill your flaws. You need a partner to support you. Your flaws are your flaws. No one in this world are going to correct those flaws. But if you are lacking...
Okay, but there are a lot of times that we do say, I need you to help me get through this. I need you to push me more. I need you to motivate me more. I need you to do more for me.
Okay, I can do that.
Well, I don't know if you can, but I'm just saying in general, there's times, don't you get tired? There's times that I get tired of being there for other people and having to deal with all the shit. It's like, no, I'm tired.
Well, some people, yeah, that's where you set your boundary. Okay, I've helped you. This is what you said you required of me. This is what you needed. And then you're still not doing it. And then you need to find yourself, because what you asked of me isn't working.
You just confuse me. Just saying, you just confuse me.
Bueno.
You confuse me. No, I just,
If you ask me, what you just said, you needed to get motivated. I need you. You're telling me you tell me I need you to motivate.
But no one should need anyone to motivate them.
I understand that. Absolutely. But this is what you are needing. Remember, you're needing this, right? This is what you're saying. and I do that for you, and it still doesn't work, I then have to now realize, you know what? You need to work on this yourself. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you broke it.
That means that it fulfilled its work.
What is that? Outline?
This is my highlights elephant, and I don't know if Christine is still on. Christine, my highlights elephant, it broke in pieces. I put my intentions in it.
So what were your intentions?
I can't share my intentions.
Okay, all right. Ew.
Come
You're gonna
on.
bite my head off.
Oh my
I
lord.
just wanted to ask.
It broke. I need to now return it to the earth. If you don't know about crystals,
Don't try to pick it up. We'll pick it up later.
no, I'm gonna pick it up. I got toes, and toes know how to pick things up.
Oh, I know. I got
So
monkey
if
toes.
you don't know about healing crystals, if you place your intentions in them, once the crystal breaks, that means that your intention was fulfilled. And it's funny because that's how my intention was fulfilled. Right, Green Eyes? Green Eyes knows about it.
That's just like I expected. Yeah, that's a want. It's not a need.
Yeah, but again, how do you come to the table and say these are all my expectations? How do you think people were going to feel when you lay it all out, which you are entitled to? So don't get me wrong. You are entitled to come to the table with all of your needs, all that you require.
When do you do that? That's a good question.
Onset.
From the beginning.
Onset.
And-
Because nobody reads your mind.
Yeah.
Nobody reads your mind. Again, it's the love language, right? Some people, their love language is buy me stuff.
Yeah,
Other
but
people
what-
are wine and
In
dine
what
me.
situation are you talking about from the onset? Because you can't do that
In any situation.
in any situation.
Well,
any
not a
relationship.
friendship. I don't think not a friendship.
Or even a business.
I mean, I've heard people when you first meet them and they say, "Oh my God, you're exactly what I needed," like the connection, and I don't know. Well, yeah, not from onset, in a friendship, maybe in a relationship base.
Even in now, it can't be even in a relationship base.
Why
because
not?
You have to be friends before you even develop a relationship.
Okay, so I need you to communicate with me effectively, meaning, let's not go run around the table and let's not beat around the bush. Be straightforward. That is a need that you could put out from inception.
That's one of my needs. it's
It's a non-negotiable.
It's non-negotiable. I need you to be straightforward. If you're not straightforward with me, I can't fuck
Okay,
with
but you know what's going to happen in that scenario, right?
What?
Of course I'm going to be straightforward
Oh,
with you.
yeah,
Of
so I
course
get
I
that,
am.
yeah.
I will tell you everything, and it will be perfectly fine. And it's like, then afterwards, motherfucker, did you not read my mind? You were supposed to know.
But you know that's my fault, all right?
Oh, of course.
It's my fault because I allowed it. Instead of at that point I made my need negotiable.
Right, you sacrificed
I
your need.
sacrificed my need. It was my fault. And it's what I realized. That's my non-negotiable. When I deal with people, be straightforward with me.
But I don't think anyone, again.
Not everybody can handle that.
Right, and that's the problem. People. Okay, for example, how about when you get into these relationships and the person tells you, I don't need to, it's not bad luck, Anthony, it's good luck. I need, this relationship is not going to go any more than what it is. It's a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Right? So I need you to understand that this relationship is not going to move forward. Right? It's a requirement. It's non-negotiable. And it never happens because there's always someone that wants more.
Right.
Right? There's always somebody that wants more. Not needs, but wants more. But that person does come to the table and they'll say, but I need more from you. I need you to be more present in my life. And I don't need, it's like, it's either A, I need you to marry me today because my tubes are like drying up,
Aye.
or that's it. It's over. It's over. And I don't know. I'm just.
In relationships is very tricky. Very tricky. I think they're more straightforward when it comes to other situations or in terms of business or.
Betsy said, I don't mean to interrupt. Betsy said that makes her a needy person. Can you please?
She's talking about opening the door. Wanting to open the door.
Oh, that makes who a needy person?
The woman. If she needs a man to open the door. That's a want.
But I think that's a judgment to me.
Yeah.
Because there are some women that they need someone to open the door, not because they're needy, because they can't open their door for themselves, but because that's what they expect from the other individual.
Right, they expect.
They want that chivalry.
Some women still want that chivalry. I get it. I understand that, but that's a want. It's not a need. That's
Some people need that.
Okay.
It's not required.
She doesn't get her door open.
She does, but she wants her door
I
open.
understand, but she doesn't.
Right, but all she needs to do in that regard is just like stand back and let the man or the woman just open the door for her. I would stand there.
That ain't
Like
gonna.
that.
He's just gonna drive away.
He or she, why?
Her husband's just gonna drive away.
He won't open the door for her?
He'll drive away.
He'll drive away?
Drive away.
Is that Betsy Betsy?
Betsy.
Oh, that's Betsy Betsy. Okay. I didn't know it was Betsy Betsy. Sasha said communication has changed.
Absolutely.
But communication has changed. How much? I mean, how many in-depth conversations are we now having via text?
The lack of.
How many conversations that need to be had, and I want to say in person.
Absolutely.
In person. In person.
How many times people are correlating text messages with emotion? So, like if you write all in caps, why are you yelling at me? No, I can't see. So because I can't see, I write in capitals so I can see what I'm writing. You know what I'm saying? But people get offended when you write them in capitals. I'm like,
I do a lot of exclamation points.
I need, like, why are you writing? I need to write in capitals because I can't see. It has nothing to do with. There's no emotional ties when you're texting someone.
Well, because when I think that as a receiver of a text message, you are reading the text the way you want to read it.
You're interpreting.
Not how you need to read it, the way you want to read it.
You're reading it like you read a book. That's all it is. Okay, fine. Hey, why are you being so short? You said yes. You said no. I don't know. Why are you being so short, curt with me? I'm driving. What does it matter? Like, what the hell? You're reading, trying to read in between the text messages. I'm like, hell no.
No, yeah.
So if I text you, all of y'all, if I text you in capital letters, all of it is because I can't see my phone.
When it's in small letters, when it's in just regular font, small letters, that means he's mad.
I'm focused. I got my glasses. I'm punctuating correctly and all this other stuff. Oh, come on.
No, yeah, we don't communicate the way we used to, and I just think that we don't communicate effectively. Period. And I say we because again,
we've lost the ability to communicate because
we get scared.
Because
we get scared. Oh, I'm not going to tell them what I need or what I want because they may leave or they may not want to give it to me.
The only way to communicate effectively is to actually communicate it and do it over and over and over again. But since we don't practice talking to each other, we've forgotten how to. Then when we actually need to communicate something, we don't do it. Or if we do it so ineffectively that it actually makes things worse than they were before.
After 4 years of being separated, I feel I do not need to be in a relationship. A relationship for me is a want.
Yes.
And that's your personal choice, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, you've been able to sustain yourself, and you know that. So your independency is non-negotiable for you. You don't want to depend on anyone else, and I think that's a fair statement to make. You know, and it's brutally honest. It's brutally honest, in my opinion. You're not cheating yourself out of anything by not being in a relationship. Your interpretation is what it is with the text. Again, communication is different today. It is. Communication is very different.
People take text messages personal. How do you take a...
No, people take silence personal.
Oh, why you left me on red? For you Apple phone.
That's how come you don't... I got that shit off. Ain't nobody knowing if I'm reading or not reading.
Right, exactly.
You know, now what I do say is at the time I was unavailable to respond to your text message. You know...
Well, how about this? If I text you, people need to get text right back.
No, you mean people want a response right back.
Right.
People want.
It's not a necessity.
Because the whole concept of texting is to be able to communicate and to communicate at that given moment. There should be like, it's not a busy signal. There is no busy signal.
But I think texting is where you can't actually speak. I think texting, the way texting came about is because, okay, I'm in a board meeting. I can't speak to you verbally, but I can still communicate with you.
So there's an
That's-
expectation that
there-
you're going to respond
No,
immediately.
but I'm saying yes in that
Right,
instance.
but there should be no expectation that if you text me right now that I have to respond. You know who does that to me? Ben. Ben will text me all day long while I'm at work, and then at the end of the day, oh, did you see any of my text messages? I sure did. Well, thanks for responding. I didn't even know that a response was warranted. So you're at job. You're getting lunch. I didn't know. Oh, but a simple okay would be fine.
But
Why?
I think that's the purpose. That was the purpose of text messages. In those instances or situations where a verbal communication would not be. If I'm like the driving part, like you couldn't verbally talk on the phone. Oh no! Wait, actually, that's a wrong example.
Couldn't verbally talk on the phone.
You can't text and drive either. But like if you're in a situation where you are working and you are busy and you can't,
But there's still that expectation that people are required. They need to text
No, but
back.
I'm-
I don't need to text you. I'm gonna text you back when
You
I want to
should.
text you back. I shouldn't shit because you do the same thing to me.
How do I do the same shit? To
You do the same thing. Wow, you don't text me back. You don't text me back. Mother effers, I'm working. I'm working. When I'm working, I'm working. I don't know how else to explain. When I am working, I am working. I am not on my phone. Not on my phone. And then I get the, oh, so you can't text me back, but you could post on Facebook.
Exactly.
It
I
was
like,
a 1 minute post. It was a 1 minute post.
You read my fucking mind.
It was a 1 minute
I'm
post.
like, motherfucker, she can fucking reply to this post, and she can't reply to my text that I sent.
But
3
that's the
hours
thing
ago.
too. You don't know when I reply to that post. That's the funny part.
Yes, you did.
Sometimes you do, but you
that
can't really.
notification just came in. I was like, oh hell.
But there's
that's how
times.
I knew.
There are times that I don't want to respond to text messages. How's that?
How about if,
I respond to text messages when I want to respond
how
to
about
text
if I
messages.
needed something that
It would have been an
important?
emergency. You would have called me. 911.
I can't call you.
What's the
because
emergency?
I don't call you.
Oh, you can't call me. You
I
can't
don't-
call me, but you want me to text. You want to text
I
me.
can't communicate verbally with you because I know you'll be talking to clients. So if you're talking to clients, I know you'll send me straight to voicemail. Oh, Mia can.
But if
answer
you
this
need
phone.
me, because it's important,
But
then
you're
you
gonna-
call.
But you won't know that because you're talking to a client. You're just gonna send me the voicemail.
No, if you call me repeatedly, like
No,
my
it's-
daughter does that.
But I'll.
My daughter does
But
that.
that's why I will text.
She'll call me repeatedly, and then I call her, and I'm like, Nina, what happened? What's the emergency? Oh, no, nothing, mommy. I just wanted to see what you're doing. Thanks. Good job. Right? Because then I'll be like panicking, like, oh my God, hold on. Like, if I see that you're constantly calling me, then I'm going to say it's
But
an
that's
emergency.
why
We can
don't-
have a code. How's 911?
That's-
Just text me 911. 911 means it's an emergency. Then I'll know.
No, it's not an emergency.
Yeah, you just want me to text you when you want me to text you.
Yeah, because I
No.
need an answer right
no,
now.
No,
I need
no.
an answer right now.
That's not how it works.
I found some couches. I need you to know if this is okay right now.
No, that's not how it works.
Because they're
The break-
going away.
The breakup movie, Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston, she says, I don't need you to do the dishes. I want you to do the dishes. But then,
Yeah, it's a want. She wants him to do the dishes because it'd be nice for a change that he does the dishes. But he doesn't need to do it. And she doesn't need him to do it either because
Look.
either the dishes are going to get done or they're just going to stay there.
I don't need you to do the dishes. I want you to do the dishes. What did Ben say? When it's reciprocated, you will not like it. So acknowledge to be acknowledged. I'm not acknowledging a text that says I'm taking a shit right now. I'm so sorry. It has to be important to me. It has to be of substance where I need to respond. You know that, Ben. You know that we've been there, done that. We've been there, done that. I'm not going to, I mean, again, I'm here. I'm focused. I'm here. I'm not on my phone. I am not, and I have my watch. So I have my watch and it'll text me. But if it's just like, hey, what are you doing? Or hey, no. There's a prime example. Sasha texted me the other day and she was like, hey, have an amazing day. I saw the text message. No lie, Sasha. I did see the text message, but I said, when I have a moment, because that's another thing. I like to be present. And you and Ben have this thing that if I'm doing something, you guys want my attention. And I'm like, but I'm doing this. I like to be present. I like to not be doing two things at one time so I could be present, so I could pay
But
attention.
you're always doing two things at
I
one
am
time.
not always doing two things. You motherfuckers just want to talk to me every time I'm doing something.
You play your games and you watch TV and then you
That's
have a
totally different. I
conversation.
listen to the TV. I don't watch the TV. I
Those-
listen.
But you're still doing something.
Right, but that's totally
You're
different.
using two sensory.
I understand.
Okay,
But
so-
that's because the games, to me, is just like my cool down, and the TV, listening
So
to what's
you
going
are
on.
capable of doing two things at the same time.
But when I am speaking to another human being,
Mm-hmm.
I like to be fully present. So if I'm going to respond to your text message, or if I'm going to respond to your statement, your comment, your question, I need to be present. So I need to not
I
be
know you
doing
don't
other
have a
things.
problem responding to my text messages. Hey, you hungry? You want something for lunch? I'm in the air.
But that
now.
requires an answer.
All my questions require the answer,
It
but
can.
those are immediate for
Okay,
you.
Ben said it can, but a response is always warranted, especially if I know she's at work. I know she's busy, so if I text, I need a response. No, baby, you just want me to respond every time you text me because you know that that's what you want. I know that's what you need. Ben is a needy person. Papi, you're needy. He's needy.
He
Like,
needs you.
He doesn't need me. He just needs the attention, and
he needs
he needs the how can I say it, the
No,
compliments.
He needs you.
Who? Ben doesn't
needs
need
you.
me.
Yes, he does.
No, Ben doesn't need
We've
me.
had this conversation with. I've had this conversation with him.
Oh, and you're shouting him out. He's shouting you out. Look, he put whatever.
That's for you. That's
Well,
not for me.
you know what? Ben doesn't need me. He needs some of my qualities because it balances us out. That's what it is. You know, there's just certain things that he knows that I'm better with. So he's like, all right, I need you to do me, you know. But when he wants me to do things like right then and there, he gives me anxiety. I'm like, you're giving me anxiety. Like I can't do it. Like he'll give me a long list of things. He's like, I need you to do all of this. And no, but then he'll come to me. He's like, have you done that? No, not yet. But why haven't you done it? But give me a minute. And I'll tell him, you're giving me anxiety. You're giving me anxiety. He knows that. He needs peace. I know you need peace, Papi. I give you peace. You do whatever you got to do.
You got the passports, paperwork?
Well, you know that I got questions for the passports. Why am I doing the passports? I don't have passports. We don't have passports. Thanks for sharing that. No, but yeah, but Ben, there's certain things that Ben needs because, again, he knows that I'm better at it. You know, he did actually step up the other day because we're in the midst of getting some lamps replaced by Rooms to Go. Rooms to Go, no matter if they tell you they're not going to replace your furniture when the furniture is broken, it is a lie. Trust me when I tell you, they will exchange your shit for free. That's just a tip. So the other day I did the whole thing to get a lamp exchanged, and they brought the wrong lamp. And I think for a couple of days, he kept asking me, have you called them? Have you called them? Have you called them? And I said I didn't. And he stepped up and he did it. It's something that he just doesn't like to do.
Oh, wow.
It's something he doesn't like to do, but he did it. You know, he needed me to do it, or he wanted me to do it. And because I didn't do it soon enough, he did it. He took initiative. So I'm very proud of you because you took the initiative on that one. But yeah.
Ben is her husband, for those who don't know.
Yeah, Ben is. For those who don't know. But my text to you is just to let you know that you were on my mind and I was wishing you a good day. And no, it was and it was very sweet and I thanked you for it, but I thanked you for it at the end of the day when I was out of work after 5:30.
You know what I get from Sasha? Hey, are you okay? Do you need me to kick you?
Are you getting jealous? Don't get
I don't
jealous.
know. I don't
He's
get
getting
jealous.
you got Hershey's in your heart?
No.
She's hurting you?
Absolutely.
Because she said have an amazing day and
Yeah,
told me I was on her mind.
yeah,
I do that. I have that
get it.
effect on people.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess so. Yeah.
I have that effect.
I don't get that. I get threatening messages from her.
It's a different dynamic.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's a different dynamic, but no, you know, I just think that again, when it comes to needs and wants, it's very difficult to be able to put your needs out there and not get rejected because you're actually telling someone and you're not outright telling them this is non-negotiable.
I don't think people even know what their needs are. And
So you think they're all wants?
yeah, I think people think like people don't really actually self-reflect and figure out this is what I need. And this is absolutely what I need. This is non-negotiable. This is like most people don't really know. Like I need straightforwardness. I need utter honesty from the get-go.
But you already know that when you say that, there is that already, I know I'm not going to get this. See, I'm very warm and loving. You're not going to get that. Am I right?
Yeah.
Do you know that when you put that out there, that you know that I'm not going to get...
It's leading to disappointment.
Like, you know what? Why can't we tell people, I want you? I just want you. Not beat around the bush.
People don't.
Because I think people would know.
People don't want to feel vulnerable. They don't want to feel. Well, I don't think women like saying that just for the simple fact, oh, I don't want to be perceived as a whore or needy or anything.
Whore.
I want you.
I want you. But I don't mean in a sexual context. I want you. I want to be with you. I don't mean just sexual.
No, but
why everything has to be about sex with you?
Who said anything about sex?
You did.
I didn't. say
Whore.
anything
You
about
said
sex.
whore. Why
Well,
whore?
because people perceive that they're a whore. I'm like, oh, I wouldn't put myself out there like that. Most women don't put themselves out there like that anyway. They don't divulge that. They wanna send smoke signals so the man can figure this shit out.
I mean, I know some people in my life. I mean, I know personally some people that they say this is what I need, and if it's either put up or shut up. That's it. Put up or shut up. Be out, because if you're not gonna give me what I need, I'm not dealing with you. And I've seen it, and I'm just like amazed. I'm mesmerized by that, like super mesmerized. Like, wow, they really could do this. Like they will not accept anything less in life. I need to be wanted. Is this a fault? When you say you need to be wanted, what do you mean?
Wanted or loved?
What? Well, no. When you say wanted, and I understand that, because again, want is a desire.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to be desired?
We don't get our we don't get our desires in life. We don't.
No, but I understand, because there was a time, and I'm gonna put this out there. This is personal, but there was a time that I told my husband, I was like, "You need me. You don't want me. You just need me." And there's a difference, right? Because a person could come to you with all their needs and say, fulfill all my needs. But it's like, but I don't desire you. Like, I don't want to spend time with you. Like, I don't want to be there with you. Like, I don't want to do the things that you want to do. So there's a difference.
In that dynamic, yes.
There's a difference, because I know, I've always said, you need me. You don't want me. You don't desire me, and that's tough. That's tough to know that someone just needs you to fulfill certain things, but then it's like they don't really, there's no oomph. I'm gonna describe it as oomph, because But Betsy, yeah, I mean, in life, I need to be wanted. Is this a fault? I don't. Again, it depends on what your definition of wanted is, and I don't think that it's a fault.
Sasha, what did I say about women? That most women don't. I'm stating facts. You can't be so what you might be the unicorn of women, but for the most part, women don't. They're not the first ones saying that. I'm 100% right on that.
And Betsy, I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep asking you questions. Loved you? Okay, so I need to be loved. Now, when you say loved, love is an emotion. You feel it.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on what your definition of love is. What's your love language? Like my love language is, I don't need to be wined and dined. I don't need you to go buy me the fancy stuff. My definition of
I want to be wined and dined.
My definition of my love language is, take me to the beach, give me some wine, spend some time with me. Let's chat it up. I'm like so deep into conversation, and I like conversation filled with substance. Like, give me that. Let's chop it up and let's get deep into convo. That's right. Boom. Being needed or wanted is a fairy tale. Being needed or
it's
wanted
not a fairy tale. It's a desire, but it's it's something personal.
Needy.
It's
needy. Being needy.
It's a perspective. It's something that a person wants. But just because you want it doesn't mean that anybody else has to fulfill that. It's like wanting to be a millionaire, or wanting this car, or that's all that is. It's a personal opinion at that point.
Being needy or wanted is a fairy tale. I'm just trying. It's a fairy tale. You think it doesn't exist? Is she's asking? So she's asking, being needy or wanted, is it a fairy tale? I don't think so. Needy, and it depends on the definition of needy. Because needy, when I hear the word needy, I think of needy as someone just basically just wanting too much and not being able to do things themselves because they always need somebody to be there and to do things.
I want you to pick me up every time.
Like, why didn't you call me, baby, like 100 times a day today?
I need you to respond to every text message. You need to pick up every phone call that that's made.
That's needy. That's needy.
Yeah.
We need to go everywhere together. Like, I know a couple.
You need to hold my hand all the time.
I literally know a couple.
You need to put 3 pictures a day on social media.
No, I know a couple that honestly, they go everywhere together. They even take a shower. Excuse me, when each one is taking a shower, the other one is sitting in the bathroom with them.
That's creepy.
Literally, that I'm like, are you kidding me? And it's like, no, I need that person to be. And they're like, yeah. And he actually is just like, he has to go with her to get her nails done, her hair done when she's in the shower. And she's like, that's what I need.
Boundaries.
And I look at him and I'm like,
Pendejo.
no, I don't think that's, it's just, he's meeting her needs. And I think that's great. I don't think that's being up in there. You see, and that's where the fucked up part comes. That's where the bad mentality is, because at the end of the day, if that's what she needs, why can't you give her what she needs? It's not that complicated.
Is he happy?
He doesn't complain about it. He does it. He doesn't complain. He doesn't complain.
That doesn't mean he's happy.
Okay, but regardless, I don't know if he's happy, because at that point, it's not like he said, yeah, and it drives me crazy when she needs me, da-da-da-da-da. No.
Right.
He's done it. He's done it for years, and that's the dynamic that they have, But I don't think that's up in their home. There's times that I'm in the shower and I'm like, Ben, I want to talk to you, and he's like, what the fuck? You talking to me in the shower? But I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you.
If it makes him happy, if he thinks that makes him happy.
No, Anthony, that is not Miguel. Miguel's not like that. Miguel's a different type of breed. Miguel's very, 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 very independent. Very independent when it comes to that. But no, I don't have a problem, with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't. There are times that I tell Ben, come with me to the store. I don't need him to come to the store. I want him to come to the store, and he's just like, no, go by yourself. And I'm just like, all right, cool. I want Ben to come to the beach with me when I go to the beach, but Ben doesn't like going to the beach.
He don't like sand
so
in his ass.
I go by myself. But yeah, and yes, you are right, Sasha. Each relationship defines their need or wants within their relationship. And here's the thing.
Hi, Judy.
The materialistic, hi, my love. The things that you can buy and you can give are easier than the things that you can't buy.
Like time.
Time. I need your time. I was one that I used to get really upset, and I was very hurt, and I think that you know this, when I saw that Ben was putting so much time into his music. I felt like his music, to me, was his bitch. Like, that was his side piece, and I felt like, why can't he give me that time? Why can't he give me that attention? Why can't he give me that same effort? And honestly, was that something I wanted? His attention, I wanted his time, but then I came to terms with it. I'm like, do I really? It's a want. It's a desire. So you know what? No, Mia, take your fucking Friday nights and do whatever the hell you want to do on your Friday nights when he's up in the studio doing what he has to do. I came to terms with that because it wasn't really a need. It was just me being jealous of the fact that he was giving his time and attention to something else.
Jealousy.
But it's the truth. It was the truth. That's what it'll boil down to that.
You wanted things to be different.
And I wanted things to be different, but I said, and I didn't put my need, I didn't sacrifice the need, because again, it was a want. I wanted his time and attention, and when I saw it being given to something else on one particular night, I freaked out about it. And then I came to terms with the fact that, it's not something that I really needed. And now, there's, like the other day, it was Friday night, and he came out, and he was like, oh, I'm not going to work. I was like, why? I was like, go work. Go do your thing. Hi, Eddie. How are you? Miss you. You got to come back to the Sunshine State. Eddie and Jay and Judy, we're talking about needs and wants. Basically, the difference between needs, if there's a difference between a need and a want, And when we put others' needs and wants before our own.
I wanted to choke somebody last week, but I needed to walk away so everybody could continue having fun.
You didn't need, you wanted to choke somebody.
That's what I said. I wanted to choke somebody, but I needed to walk away.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that we're all on edge nowadays, so that any little thing just creeps up on us and bothers us. You know, there are relationships that is their relationship. I agree. Anthony, what do you agree with? You agree 100%.
Each relationship defines their needs and wants within their own relationship.
Yeah, I want to know. I mean, if there's people that are out there in relationships, you know, tell me what your needs and wants are. We want to hear about it. You know, we want to hear what your thoughts are.
Eddie, what are your needs and wants?
Eddie don't need shit. All he needs is fucking TKA. He needs TKA, a clean house. I know Eddie, like, I know my cousin, like, he just needs a clean house. He needs TKA. And he just needs to be fed.
And he needs Yankee memorabilia.
And Yankee memorabilia. Yeah, that's it. That's all he has a good dynamic, you know, in his thing. The Green Eye Bandit just joined us.
Easier than time and communication.
But yeah, but tell us what your needs and your wants are and how, you know, it works for you in your relationships. And when I say relationships, I just mean all kinds of relationships. You know, not just intimate ones. Kakira on IG said, I told my husband one time when we had a fight, I told him, I don't need you. I am my own person and I can do it on my own. Want to be with you. Wait. And can do it on my own. Want to be with you. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, I tell Ben all the time, like, I don't need you. And he gets angry. Anybody would get angry when someone tells them I don't need you. But it's the facts. The facts is, and sometimes I tell that to him. You know, I do tell him, you know, I need you to do certain things. I need you to do certain things because at the end of the day, if I die, I need to know that you're going to be able to sustain. That's my thing. My thing is when
that's a need. That's an absolute need.
Absolutely.
Because it's a life or death type
but
of thing.
sometimes it wasn't understood that way. It was understood as I was trying to tell him to do certain things.
But he understood once you communicated your reasoning why you needed it that way.
Yeah, but that's the same thing that I've told my kids. I want you to become independent because at the end of the day, if I die, I need to know that you're going to sustain. Like, I want to be wherever I am, and I want to know that they're going to be able to do what they have to do for themselves.
Where do you plan to be?
I don't know. I'm not talking about that. My need is communication, compassion, understanding, love, and peace. You see, compassion is very difficult, in my opinion. Compassion.
It's learned.
Yeah.
It's learned. It's something.
I need crescendos. I need crescendos. Like, there's levels to me. There are levels to me.
Absolutely.
There are levels. And you have to start off like here.
Absolutely.
We have Liz. She says, I need communication. In my marriage and friendships, relationships are just one way, and I need to be heard, but also need to hear what is bothering you. True. That is true. Yeah. I think that's very important when the communication is two-way and not one way.
Liz really knows how to
Well,
communicate.
if you respond to text messages, it would happen like that.
When they're important,
I was thinking the same thing.
listen, when those text messages require a response, they will get a response when needed.
But that's your opinion. Maybe he needs a response.
He's freaking needy.
Listen, you need. Wow, she categorized you.
I'm
You have to
not,
label.
because it's
Takes
true.
one to know one.
Everything has to be with a question mark now.
Listen, I see him every morning. We say good morning.
I would hope so.
We say good morning, right? And he goes off to work. But if I don't text him when I'm at work, good morning. Oh, he's like, hey, hi, how are you? How you doing? I'm your husband. Remember me? I'm working. He's on my mind 24/7, but I don't need, he needs for me to tell him,
You hear that?
you're on my mind. I'm thinking about you.
24/07, puppy.
07.
He's 24/7 in my mind, but he needs me. I don't need
Except when you're watching Billions, and then you're not on her mind.
Billions. No, then I got Bobby. No, you see, but he needs me to let him know I'm thinking about him. But I don't need to let him know. He wants me to let him know. You see the difference? Right? Am I right, babe?
No. I don't need anything but peace.
What does that mean? A relationship is a want when you are independent, but some people need a relationship because it defines them. That's true. I have to say I am more like a dude. Don't like people on me, and I'm self-sufficient. Jay, we know that. We've know that. I've experienced you just knock out a couple of dudes because they even put their hands on you. Like,
Wow.
hey, my husband is needier
Violence
and
is
wants
not
to
the
be with
answer,
me
people.
all the time. I don't need all that. Yo, that's so annoying. My husband calls me all the time, and I'm like, dude, I have a job. Jay, I go through that too.
Yeah, until your husband isn't calling you anymore and you're gonna miss it.
Facts.
No, because he knows.
No, when they stop doing it, you're gonna wonder what the fuck happened.
Right.
No, because he's gotten acclimated to it. And the reason why I say that is because now he knows I'm at work and he'll tell me, I'm like, hey, you didn't text me. And he'll say, oh, because I know you're at work.
But you asked me because you missed it.
You see? That's exactly my point.
You don't want me on this show.
All of a sudden, because the pattern.
It's not that it's not that I miss it, but it's not even that I don't question when the pattern changes. I really don't. I mean, he correct me.
It's human nature
I
to
don't
question.
really question when the pattern changes because I'm so accustomed to being in my zone. You got to remember, I'm accustomed to being in my zone. When I'm at work, there is nothing else that exists, and it's super hard. And honestly, I'm lying because if I see it's my daughter or if I see it's my son, I'm done. I'm just like, okay, let me pick it up or whatever the situation may be.
But that's the difference between her and I. When I'm at work, I think of everything that's going on. And that's why I end up texting her, is I'm thinking of everything.
But what you do for a living, what I do for a living, is two totally different things. Like I have to be on my toes. I have to be able to think quick. I have to respond quick, and I'm dealing with people of all types of, emotional states. So I have to keep myself in check.
Me too.
No, you do not. You don't even talk to anybody in your job.
It's everybody in my job.
I'm like, you don't talk to anybody.
Talking about.
Jay said, Shh, Mia, don't shout me out. Liz said, my husband calls me at work just to listen to me type and breathe with nothing to say. That is creepy. That is really, really creepy. But that works for you guys. But that works. I mean, if that's your connection, that is fine. That is your connection, So, I mean, if it works, it works. That happens a lot. That happens a lot.
I usually respond all the time. The only time I don't respond, and I've gotten shit for it, is when I'm on the field.
You take some time to respond.
So, depending on the situation.
Because you got to remember, you have and I don't know if I should reveal this, but you have a lot of gadgets. So it depends. Like, if you don't pick up my call through your regular phone, then I'll call you through WhatsApp. And then if you don't pick up through WhatsApp, then I call you through
You
FaceTime.
did not hear me. The only time I really don't have a time to respond is when I'm on the field. If I'm coaching,
No, that's a lie.
yeah,
That is a lie.
Well, if there's games or things going on, and I usually don't have my phone on me. Now, if there's in between stages or
Liz said it's annoying. So Liz,
Well, have you told him
so
that?
Liz, have you told him? Can you stop calling me at work and listening to me type, please?
Yeah, that's exactly.
I mean, because if you can't do it, something happened here.
That was me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, but the moment he stops doing it, she's gonna wonder, oh, yeah, he's not calling me.
No, that's just the people that you've dealt with.
No, I know her.
You know her, so you believe that. Okay, he's judging you right now, Liz.
I'm not judging her.
He's
She's family.
judging you right now.
She's family.
Look, I'm talking. Okay, you're still judging her, whether she's family or not. You're judging. He's judging you.
Lisi knows what I'm talking
That is Lisi?
That's Lisi.
Oh, hi, Mama. I didn't know it was Lisi. Why did you tell me a long time ago that was Lisi?
I did tell you. You just don't pay attention.
You didn't tell me that was Lisi.
I can't.
I'll look at the rewind. We'll
You
rewind
do
it.
that.
If he's coaching during the game, he doesn't have the time. No, but there's times that you are just in your zone doing your own thing and you don't answer.
Yeah, sometimes I don't because I need to focus.
Every day I do, but he needs to hear me. He says he needs to. Andito, he needs to hear her.
He does.
He really does.
Yeah,
He does. Wow.
Liz is you in that dynamic.
Because she's the one that handles everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that. I mean, and I don't know Liz that well, but I could tell just from speaking about her or speaking,
She needs to.
she's the one that handles everything. Yeah, she's the go-to. You got to fix it. You got to fix it. You got to implement it. You got to take care of it. You got to make sure it works. Because if it doesn't work, it's gonna break, right? And it's like, well, tell me what to do. I know. That's okay.
See, wow, Sasha had my back. See, if he's coaching during the game, he doesn't have the time. I don't have the time.
No, but yeah,
And then I'm gone. Like I do football on Saturday, so from 12 to 6. Good luck, unless there's some time in between. But I'm completely busy. So
yeah, but
that is what it is.
it's just, you know,
I think it works, Nelson.
what works.
What works? It's charging.
And yeah, I found it.
Ah,
Hit the
okay.
button, see if they can hear you on IG.
SMP is right now doing some.
Fairy tales and lies.
Everybody on IG, did you hear that?
It's low over here in the headphones. So I don't know what's going on there.
That's the
but-
master.
Yeah. So.
Fairy tales and
This is
lies.
the master.
So when you, no, yep.
But I can't go any higher than that.
You know what I would,
Mother effer.
You know, that's really high. You know what I would want to know? All goes back to communication. The sound doesn't sound good. Liz says she can't hear. Nope, you can't hear on IG. Sorry about that. Static. There we go. Yes, fairy tales and
Fairy tales and lies.
Yes, it doesn't work.
That's the charge, right?
That was for both.
Oh, okay. So okay, that's fine.
All right. So when an individual says, "I want more,"
What do you mean by more?
I want more.
What's
I
more?
want more time. I want more attention. I want more communication. I want more sex. I want more.
Then you go into a dialogue and exactly what is
But
it?
if that person can't give you what you want,
Why wouldn't they?
what? I mean, why? If they say, "I don't want to,"
Okay, but then that's a different story altogether. Then you guys got to part
okay.
ways.
How about if it's a need? I need more time. I need more attention. If that person says, "I can't give it to you,"
Then you
but
still
you
gotta,
and you stay.
well, then you are sacrificing.
You are.
You're sacrificing.
You're sacrificing.
I know. I'm guilty of it.
Look, if I don't text Anthony said if I don't text my wife back when she texts me that she's going to whip my ass when I get home. And I bet you get excited when she says that, right? That's probably why you do that shit. Because he's like, there's the consequences. Those are the consequences. They define more than that's a conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then you end up single like me. Oh my God, Alex, that's not true. I think that in your case, and I don't mean to shout out. In your case, it's just there was a lot going on.
What are you doing, man?
I'm not doing anything. I feel it. I mean, I hear it. There's a lot going on. I don't think it's because you put. I mean, we have boundaries, and that's the thing too. When we have boundaries and we're just like, this is it, and there's.
Most people don't have boundaries.
I didn't have not a fucking goddamn thing of a
That's
boundary.
what I'm saying. People
I didn't
don't-
have
people
a
don't have
shit.
boundaries.
I thought I had a boundary, and then I read this book, and I said I ain't got a fucking thing. And then when I put my boundaries, when I started saying no, and when I started defining and communicating my boundaries, it's like a whole bunch of cockroaches just left. A whole bunch of cockroaches. But I think that's also where you have your needs and your wants.
That's a good thing.
You put forth your needs.
You needed to set boundaries.
I needed to set boundaries.
Mhm.
And I didn't know I wanted to set boundaries. And the scariest part was that I didn't want to set boundaries. Why? Because I felt guilty. Why? Because I feared the reaction when I was like, okay, I need to say this. But I'm scared. I'm scared that it's going to terminate a relationship. I'm scared that, the person's not going to understand why I'm doing this, because at the end of the day, when we set boundaries, it's more for our own mental, emotional, and physical state of mind, as opposed to for the other. But like, we're not trying to be mean, and I say we because I don't know if anybody's there, but in the same position, it's not about, you're not being mean. You're just basically saying what you're going to tolerate and what you're not going to tolerate. And a lot of people, unfortunately, don't like to accept when you say, I am no longer going to tolerate this. And if you can't accept that,
And they take it very personal. Like,
Yeah.
if they're the only ones that you're talking to, you're really actually talking to everybody in
Yeah.
your life.
Yeah.
But that person just takes, it's only me.
yeah. No, and it comes down to like accepting. I'm not going to accept this. But that's where the need comes in, right? I need you to stop. I need you to not do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. When you tell somebody, I need you to do certain things for my benefit, that's where the problem comes into play. But I also think that when you tell somebody, I want you to do certain things for my benefit, that's also a problem. So it's like a double-edged sword. You're not gonna be able to get away from it, and either way you put it, you're gonna end up stabbing yourself because you don't know how that person's gonna react. I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think, you know,
Wants and needs are now interchangeable because people don't know where to set their boundary and they don't set what their necessities are. This is my needs and then that's it, and not sacrifice on their needs.
yeah, I mean, well, because again, how many times I'm sure that, I mean, I may not be alone where people,
Hi, Mary.
you tell somebody I need something and they're like, you need to kiss my ass is what you need to do.
I can't even call her that. It just sounds
Mary?
okay. Mary. Mala.
Oh, Mala. I'm like,
Who the hell is
Mala?
Mary?
Yeah.
I can't even call her a government.
Yeah,
name.
boundaries are necessary, but they're hard to establish. Guilt is a huge reason for putting another person's needs before our own, and that sucks. And we shouldn't
We shouldn't have to.
we shouldn't be fighting with ourselves. We shouldn't be. And here's another book that I'm reading. It's called Resisting Happiness by Matthew Kelly. I'm actually doing the Audible of it. And it actually says how much we ourselves sabotage our own happiness because there's so many resisting things that happen in our lives that we're just like, no.
Our brain fucks with us.
We fuck with ourselves so much.
It becomes a self-defense.
Right,
mechanism.
but again, why is it, I think it's unfair that we can't express our needs to other people and that our needs be accepted.
Or even understood. Forget about it.
But it's hard to understand, right? It's hard to understand.
Is it hard to understand?
Right, because if that person doesn't come from the same dynamic that you do, for example, I come from very family oriented. My family's very close, very tight knit. Ben's family's not tight knit, you know. So when I would tell Ben, this is what we need to do for the holidays, he's like, why do we need to do that? Why do we need to sit down at Thanksgiving and give grace, you know, and say what we're thankful for? We don't need to do that because he didn't come from that. They sat down and had dinner, right? So now it's like, now he tells me we need to sit down and we all need to say what we're thankful for at Thanksgiving and, you know, at the table. So it all depends on what, you know, what dynamic you have. There are people that grew up with just being given gifts. That's how they feel wanted, right, by other people. Just give me gifts. I don't need anything else.
And then they need it for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, keep giving me gifts. Keep giving me gifts, because I don't know anything. I don't know what else there is to it.
We are products of our environment.
Yeah. Yep.
So it is what it is.
Yeah. Jay says she's stubborn. Jay, I'm stubborn. No, I'm also stubborn to a certain extent.
To a certain
You know
extent.
how I'm stubborn? Because I don't know how to allow others to be there for me. That's my thing. That's one of my weaknesses. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I will tell you I'm good till I'm blue in the motherfucking face and I could be fucking in shambles, but I'm still good. Why? Because at the end of the day, I put other people's
feelings
and I'm like, everybody's going through something, so I'm not gonna come and I'm not gonna put my weight on your shoulders when I know you're going through something, or even if I don't know you're going through something, I'm gonna assume you're going through something. So I'm not going to put myself, you know, in a position to be like, let me just put more on you, you know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Liz, I'm the same way. I don't know that. Well, I've learned to ask for help. I've learned, because asking for help is not a bad thing and it's not a weakness.
We don't get through this world and this life without having help, without having support. We don't.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. We get support, even if it's from a pet. We get support. No, seriously.
Yeah,
even if it's from a pet, from sewing, from knitting, from listening to music, we get support. We always get support from something. I resonate a lot with, you know, music.
People.
But I'm just saying in general, support. Yeah, we don't need people to support us. We don't, because honestly, there are people that allege to support us, and they really don't. They're on the sidelines hating.
Those are miscreants in people's lives, which most are, because they're always looking to see what they can get. Many people help only with the expectation that they'll need something later on, or they know they'll facilitate something that they need or want in the future. Those are the shady mofos.
you know, it's right now. It's just, in my opinion, it's just so hard.
You're
to,
right, Sasha. I do not support you.
Nelson doesn't support me.
I don't support anybody. Absolutely not, except my kids.
You support. you support people, you know. But the thing is that you support sometimes people to the extent, in my opinion, to the extent where you want to force them. For example, if I tell you, Nelson, I want to sell crystals, you will fucking be on me like white on rice that you'll get me so sick that I'm like, I don't even want to sell crystals no more. Right?
I get excited.
You just like, let's
Yeah,
go, and you'll be down my
yeah.
throat, and you'll be breathing like a dragon, and I'm like, just shut up. I just said it one time, like, relax, you know.
I see
but
that.
that's your drive.
Yeah, I see.
You get excited.
I see the potential in people, and I try to get people out of that fucking 9-to-5 mindset. And when people are like, hey, and I know you love crystals. You invested time and read books and things that are like, yo, you should be so good at it, you know. And sometimes it just takes one person to actually give you a different perspective, because people don't sometimes see
Like
it
you, because
themselves.
you used to call them rocks.
Rocks, right? Just to fuck with you.
He used to call them rocks.
Rocks.
He used to call them rocks.
So,
But no, yeah, you know, you do support people, but sometimes I think that your definition of support, you become, and then let me go back. You become so invested in wanting to elevate someone else that you go above and beyond, to the point where you will put everything that they need in their hands, and they still won't take the shit.
oh yeah, I have to learn to rein myself back on those
Yeah.
things. That's why I say I stay in my fucking lane, and then that's it. That's it.
Yeah, no, I mean, because you can't, what's the phrase? You can't bring a horse to the
water.
water.
You can bring a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink it.
Correct.
That's it. What's up,
Absolutely.
Sean?
Absolutely.
Sean
yeah.
is he's one of the volunteer coaches in the football league that we do on Saturday, and he was very interested. Oh, you guys do a podcast, and he's actually been sharing the links and everything. So thank you, Sean, for your support. I appreciate it.
My ace seems like you like crystals too. He had no choice in the matter.
I was
He had
forced.
no choice.
I was forced.
He needed to know about crystals. He may not have wanted to know about them.
I was forced to go places and all this other stuff, but I enjoyed it. I embraced it. So this is the thing. In some fashion, I was connected to crystals in some, all my life through my mom and things of that nature, and I had some type of belief. And
You didn't know.
I didn't know,
Because you actually were carrying around crystals
Yeah,
for
I
a
was
good part of your life,
yes.
and you had no clue what the hell. You were like, these are rocks.
These are rocks. I knew who they came from, and I knew where they came. Who gave them to me, I know wanted good things for me. So but I never took the time to actually understand it.
You didn't know what you were carrying around.
I have no
you,
idea.
You,
All I
had,
know is in my pocket.
you were carrying around some
my,
richness.
My nalgas hurt because the rocks didn't dent my butt or something, because I have it in my wallet and things of that nature. So,
No, and I remember that you opened them in my presence, and you were like, look, is this what I have here? And I was like, dude, you carrying around some good stuff.
we carried it for years. I didn't even know it.
Yep. Nelson invests in what he sees potential. Oh, yeah. Nelson goes in deep, and that's why I said he goes in really, really deep when he knows that someone wants to do something, especially if it's, to become an entrepreneur, or just an investment in oneself. He will push you.
That's the coaching me that I was like, okay, I see this. Listen, you could do this. Because most people don't see their potential, don't even see what their gifts are. I think that's one of my talents, that I get to see what a person is capable of doing above and beyond. And I think, it's my calling to try to manifest that in people. So that's why I do what I do.
Well, one of the things that I think I see in you is that you are doing right now what you want to do.
Absolutely, yes.
You're doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
You're not doing what you need to do. So you are sustaining yourself. You are, of course, getting your needs met, but you're doing it through your wants. And that's commendable, because, again, there are a lot of people that want to do a lot of things, but they won't do it because they fear that their needs are not going to be met. You know, but I
That was
know,
my concern,
but I
too.
know
That was
you,
my concern,
like
too.
all your desires, like you're fucking making magic with all your desires.
Yeah, that was
You-
my concern too, and it's funny. I was like, you know what? I keep listening to the universe. Everything sometimes I go, yeah, it doesn't happen. No, it didn't work out. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave it alone. But these things that I've been wanting to do for so many years just keep manifesting over and over again. I was like, I gotta go with that flow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, well, yeah, Sasha says Nelson's been very supportive in my endeavors. Sasha, you did something also that you wanted to do in a long time, and whoever's on Sasha's pages, she went and she did a nice, if I say this word incorrectly, it's because I don't know how to pronounce it, so boudoir from photo shoot,
yeah,
boudoir photo shoot. She looks amazing in that, and I give her a lot of props because not a lot of women will
done
have
a
the
couple.
confidence. I
She's
know.
done a couple.
Will have the confidence to get in front of a camera and expose you every flaw that you have and still look so amazingly beautiful.
Awesome photographer.
You know, so that's the thing too. There are things that we want to do in life that we don't because of our own inner chaos, I guess, with our mind.
Our mind is a defense. It's an armor. So it automatically doesn't allow us to take risks of any kind. It just keeps us in a safe mode all the time, and we have to overcome that. Our biggest battle is in here, in our brains, and it's something that we need to control and manipulate, in our favor. Because if not, we would just be stagnant all the time. We wouldn't do anything.
Yeah. One of the things I think that and all the small business owners out there can more likely than not attest to is that COVID brought out the talent in many people. They turned to other things that they wanted to do for a long time,
they got
but they
forced. They
didn't
got
do.
pushed.
I don't know if it was forced,
I think
but it was like, okay, well,
I mean, I'm not saying force in a negative way, but human beings actually respond to their utmost ability when their backs are against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
When things are in dire need, human beings react. We are the most adaptable species in this world, and because of that, it's why we're supposed to be on the top of the food chain type of thing. But that's how we perform better in those instances because it's more of a survival instinct, and our brain doesn't have time to think all these scenarios and why we shouldn't do it. And
Resistance.
See, we do or do not. See, there is no try.
But if you don't try, you don't know. That's my big
Yeah, but
thing.
that's
My
the
thing
thing.
is, if you don't try, like Anthony said, afraid of failure. We're all afraid of failure. But if we don't try, how do we know
If we don't
whether we're
fail,
gonna? And we
don't
never
know.
fail because if you
learn.
try, you know. You understand, as opposed to not knowing.
Try is the process part, but either you got to do it or you don't do it. Like hey, I want to open a store, do it. Don't try to open a store. Trying to open a store is like getting a loan and then not getting the store or not buying the merchandise. That's trying. So if you're gonna do it, all right, I'm gonna get the loan.
You
I'm
have to
gonna
take
get
the
merchandise.
steps. You gotta take the
You gotta go
steps.
through the whole process. That's what do means, or do not. Then stay where you're at and stay there. Trying doesn't mean that you're actually going to do it. Trying is just, hey, okay, yeah, I'm going to try. I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to try to lose some weight. And you go to
You
the
see,
gym.
but okay, when it comes to that, that's one thing. You brought up the weight thing. When it comes to that,
No,
I'm
that was
just
just
like
an example.
fuck that shit. Because at the end of the day, you could go to the gym and you can try to lose weight. Some people can go to the gym and not lose the weight.
Well, yeah, that's different because that's more of a biochemical thing. But you could also, hey, I'm gonna try to get a job today, and you go and you look at the papers and you read the classifieds. I tried. I didn't like anything I saw.
Listen, you want to hear something funny? I have people coming to my office. I want to get a divorce. It's uncontested. All right, there's a package that you need to fill out. The package is this thick. You know what they say the minute that they see that package? Fuck this shit. So stay the fuck married then. Stay married. You don't want to fill out the package? Then stay married. And it's a package, but it's a requirement. So again,
You need to do this to get divorced.
no, if you want to get divorced, you need to fill out the package. But people see the package, and as opposed to they find it so grueling, and it's not that grueling. And for me, it's not because I complete packages. I could do it. It's not an issue. But if I present that to somebody, it's like, Oh my
So
God,
if I
like,
get married, I gotta fill that whole paper out to get divorced. I don't want to get married then.
yeah, if you have no property, if you have property, you're fucked because it's a thicker package. But no, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's just when people see that it's work, you have to put in the work in order to get what you want.
Everybody wants
That
to
is
get
the
everything
problem.
easy. Everybody wants it easy.
Yeah, that's the
Everybody-
problem, you know. And it's funny because with Ben was like, I want my LLC. He wanted his LLC for his music production company. And he wanted me to do it for him. And I said, no. And I said, here's all the information that you need. And he did it. Right? But when you want something, when you desire something and you want to make it, not that you need it, you don't need it, but when you want it,
Make it happen.
you make it happen.
Make it happen.
Yeah, you make it happen.
Thank you for coming back. Thank you. Are you leaving next week or are you coming back?
No, as I told you, in order for me, we promised to be uncut, we promised to be real, and we promised to just be there for the public. And you know what? I kept my promise. If I would have continued on the show with the mental state that I was in, I would not have been giving 100% of me. I would have been a hypocrite. And at the end of the day, I'm not a hypocrite.
Because you went 100 on me today.
I'm real. I kept it. I try to be as real as I can, but I'm not gonna come on the show. I am not gonna come on the show.
It's a record label.
I'm sorry, it's a record label. I'm not gonna come on the show, and I'm not going to smile, and I'm not going to talk about topics if I'm not generally feeling about them, and if I'm not generally happy about them.
No,
So, and I'm happy
I
about them.
understood. I understand.
But I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to have spoken to all of you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it. Keep coming back. That's going to be the motto. Keep coming back. You know where I get that from? Codependence Anonymous. Yes, I'm a codependent. Codependence Anonymous. Keep coming back. Keep joining us. Keep chiming in and sharing your thoughts and your feelings. And, you know, this is an open space. I know that it is publicized, but at the end of the day, you know, sometimes you just have to speak to people that you don't know to put it all out there and to be able to resonate with the truths of what we go through in life and your thoughts. You know, sometimes they're so embedded in your head, and when you hear other people speaking about certain topics and you resonate with it and you're like, wow, I thought about that, you know, but I didn't think anybody else
That was
felt
the
that
whole-
way.
yeah, that was the whole
So,
purpose of this show.
you know, that's the purpose of our show, to just bring it out there, put it out there, and just sometimes, you know, express what we're feeling. So in hopes of, if you're feeling that, you know that you're not alone.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you so much, Sasha. I missed you too. So we're ready?
Thank you for coming back, Mia. It's been a pleasure that you've been here.
You didn't miss SMP?
No, I didn't miss this.
Oh, why you didn't miss SMP?
I was
Anthony,
I-
Anthony, it's good to see you on here. Thank you for joining us. It's been a very, 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 very long time.
I can't miss him because he was here. So the whole new mic thing is awesome because you can just chime in whenever you want. So it's no.
So you didn't miss him?
No, he was here.
Ben, are you hearing that?
Yeah.
He didn't miss
Why are
you.
you trying to create friction?
Because you're my friend. Just remember that. You're my friend. You're my
Jeez,
friend.
The jealousy.
No
Oh.
jealousy. No jealousy. You're just my friend.
Yeah, you go. There you go. See.
No, but thank you guys for joining us.
Yes,
If there are
thank
any
you.
topics, I say this all the time. If there are any topics you guys want us to
DM
discuss,
us, you know.
DM. You
Please
can contact, call us.
subscribe, like, share, you know.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay. I'm in a much better state of mind. I don't know if you were on, but just repeating it, I'm off my antidepressants. Feeling great.
She's
Feeling
back to
good.
her regular loca
Feeling
self.
great.
Regular loca self.
I'm more cray than before, but
Holy shit.
it's
Are
good.
we? Yes, it's incredible.
What the fuck?
I'm just sorry. Anyway, we always leave this with, you know, you love, you laugh, and you live, okay?
You live, you love, and you laugh. Make sure you laugh. And I'm dancing. I danced my ass off at the freestyle concert last week.
Next week.
Oh my God, it felt so good to dance.
I need to shut her up, so, you know, thank you for joining us tonight, you know, we'll see you next week. We'll probably see you sometime during the week. We're gonna, now that she's back, we can go full tilt again.
We're gonna bring you poolside real quick. Poolside, beachside, right?
All type of sides.
No, not my backside. I got a big backside.
No, we don't have a camera with a wide angle lens for that.
Oh my God.
Anyway, we love you guys. We'll see you. Goodbye.